Hello there. Welcome to Founders and Legends. This is session 1 of day 2. If you saw us last night, we've just been here up all night playing games this entire time, and we're ready to run another one. First, I'm going to go straight into our wonderful cast here before I give you some announcements. So I'm going to give it to you in the order in which you all are on my screen, which may be different than the way you are on the Twitch. So we're going to say who you are and who you are playing for our grand level 20 adventure today. We'll start with you, Trish.
Hello, everyone. I'm Trisha Hirschberger, and today I am playing Azazel, a Yuan-Ti, a wizard who aspires to be a god and is damn close.
I mean, a level 20 wizard is kind of there. It's like 5 more yards, essentially. Yeah. May.
Hello there, I am Melee Damage, and I will be playing Nasira, the Tiefling Barbarian.
Friend to all mankind, except the ones that she cuts the heads off of, right? Yeah. Nora?
Hi, everyone. I'm Nora Ibrahim, and I am playing Kalila, a Kalashtar Warlock.
Nice.
Yes.
Bora?
Yes. Hello, my name is Xander Jeanneret, and I'll be playing Bora, not to be confused with Nora. But she is a paladin. I use he, him pronouns, but today I'm trying on she, her pronouns just for the character. And she's a furball who some people might not be familiar with that race, but she's large and blue and sort of like a bovine feature with giant like aqua curly hair. And she's got like big golden armor. She's a paladin at level 20. So very excited.
Beautiful. Really, all of this is just a long con to get you to wear makeup. Honestly, that's
it doesn't take
stroke.
Much. Yeah.
I've planned this elaborate ruse.
Also, a fun fact, Bora is the character that I normally bring around to home games. So getting a chance to play her at level 20 is a lot of fun for me. I'm excited to see this.
Hey, yay. Hopefully she doesn't die horribly. Yay.
Speaking as someone who did the 1984 campaign, 1986 campaign just for D&D, so I could dress up as David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Also,
again, flimsiest excuse.
If you haven't seen that, Google it, kids. Todd was incredible. All right, JCM.
Yes, hello. My name is Jason Charles Miller, and I will be playing a human fighter by the name of Granquin Grantingham.
I mean, you can fight more than humans. You know that, right?
True. I enjoy fighting humans. I find them the most annoying.
That's what I say. I too enjoy fighting humans. It's true. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Todd Kenrick.
It's me. I am playing Avern. I've been playing him since I was 8 because apparently I'm not good at making choices. He is actually a god. This coin tells me so. And yeah, I always wear a dusty black coat and I have a red right hand. It's mechanical. So yeah, and he's the perfect warlock.
It's subtle, very subtle. Yes,
it's subtle.
I appreciate, we're playing with Avren, your boyhood character. We got Bora, which is Xander's home game character. Last night I got to play with Luke Gygax playing Melf, his boyhood character. It's all like, everyone's new things.
One of those is a little more infamous than the others, but
Avren, yeah, it's Avren. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, who's heard of this Melf guy? Something about an acid arrow. I was hazy on the details. A few things that are going on today in no particular order. First, and this is the first time that even our cast has heard about it. Whenever anyone rolls a natural 20 today, either you guys or me, the Founders and Legends is going to make a donation to Extra Life, because that's who we're here raising money for. So if you roll a 20, what we're going to do after that is roll percentile, and whatever amount you get, Founders and Legends is going to donate that to Extra Life. That came out much clumsier than I meant it to, but hopefully you understand what it was I was trying to say. So natural 20 equals donation. Okay. Of course, we are here raising money for Extra Life. So I will just say up front, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for your generous donations. Literally every dollar counts. I know sometimes it might feel like, oh, I can't donate $100 or $200 or not even $20. Bits, a buck, $5. There's been plenty of times in my life I didn't have $5 extra, but even if you can spare $1, literally every single bit counts. And also, please signal boost because we'll be doing this all day, raising money for Extra Life. For our sponsors, thank you to Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms and Sirenscape for making this event possible. Thank you to our product sponsors, Hero Forge and Mithril Armory. Thank you to Realm Smith and D&D, and for this one in particular, D&D Beyond, for hosting our event on their channel, and Jason Azevedo for DJing Sirenscape during our game. Thank you to Luke Gygax and the Gary Con crew for running the event. Our schedule today is game number 1, is us right now, and those beautiful people that you see before you. Game number 2 is The Dark Tides at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern with DM TJ Storm. Those are all words that are on me in front of me. He might be DJing.
Hey,
TJ might be on the ones and twos. Yeah, I don't know. He might just...
kind of into that. I want to see what happens.
Yeah. He'll be joined by Luke Gygax, Tom DeSanto, Christina Ariel, Ben Loomis, Kyle Vogt, and Alicia Marie. And then game 3, Into the Mist, the season 2 premiere at 5 p.m. Pacific with DM Jason Azevedo, who I guess you will not be DM DJing, although you might be doing both by that time, Jason. And the Into the Mist cast will be joined by our very own Nora Ibrahim and some Matthew Mercer guy who I don't know, but the kids seem to like get excited about his hair or something. I don't know. Mercer's coming back as strong, y'all. That's today at 5.
That's killer.
It's a wig. It's not real.
It's true. He also has 2 halflings in a trench coat, you know, with like a wig of billowing. That's also, we've got some giveaways, and the giveaways are going to be split in half. So there's going to be at the first half of the show, there will be a giveaway, which we will announce at the break, and then a giveaway at the second half of the show. The first one is a Hero Forge $50 gift card. Enter Hero Forge into the chat to be entered to win. Only one entry. If you do it more than once, you will be disqualified. You can take that gift card to design your own custom mini today at heroforge.com. And let me just say right now, you guys are not allowed to enter, so don't try. I know I wanted it to. This is not me over here typing in my thing too. Great, awesome. So again, enter in Hero Forge to be able to win. You can only enter once or you will be disqualified. The second one we will show you at the break. Now, for us here today, I am doing things a little bit different than I usually do. If you're familiar with my style of DMing, I am drawing on an old school module because this being Founders and Legends, I thought it might be fun to do an old school dungeon crawl with my own spin on it. I'm not going to tell you which one it is though, because some of you old heads out there might have played enough that you might recognize it, but we'll see if you can figure it out. And I'll tell you at the end of the game what it was. So then you can go.
My bookshelf.
That's what, honestly, hand to God. That's why I didn't mention it, because JCM would be like, oh, ho, ho, we need to make a left. Yeah. So, yeah.
You know how Jason talks.
Yeah, exactly. Just that. I mean, have you met him?
That's how I talk. Yo, ho, ho. Today, yo, ho, ho, take a left or take a right.
That's how I know it's him texting me.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. It's weird how he like gets that British umbrage into a text. It's true. I will tell you at the end which adventure this was, so you can go back and read it and see what a mockery we made of it today. But for now, for our purpose, our heroes find yourselves after many years of adventure that have taken you across the plains to death and back 100 times over. Finding a leisurely afternoon, which of course is sure to be easy and relaxing and uneventful, as you kick back in the sanctum of Avrin, the perfect warlock. Very subtle. He is beautiful and powerful, yet humble. what sort of place does Averin have terrestrially on the ground somewhere? Where would Averin live that he might have adventurous callers over for the afternoon?
It's probably Sigil. It looks like a little tiny apartment, and then you go inside, and it is in fact a intensely large mansion that has like a giant golden pyramid in the center of it, and there are like tieflings and creatures from every part of the D&D multiverse, partying up, drinking, hanging off chandeliers.
Are you telling us that it's bigger on the inside than it looks?
It's big. It is bigger on the.
It's smaller on the outside.
Oh,
it's very different.
It's
magic.
smaller on the outside. Sorry.
Yeah, very different magic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're supposed to tell us so we can dress for the occasion.
Is essentially like it's like the most Isley of D&D right now. Only everyone's having a good time. Well, some people are getting their arms chopped off, I'm sure, somewhere. So, yeah, and there's all kinds of weird magical lights and holograms, and I am doing my best to look utterly bored with all of it.
It's sitting at the center of the world's greatest party. You would find a bored-looking Averin. The city of Sigil, for those of you that aren't familiar with it, is essentially it is the city of doors. It sits at the middle of the multiverse. You can theoretically get to literally anywhere from somewhere in Sigil. And yes, as you all have found your way to this apartment today to visit with Averin, to recount your grand adventures and things you've done, possibly exact revenge on him for something he almost certainly did. When Azazel arrives, what does she look like?
Azazel has bright neon green eyes. Her hair is braided into many tiny braids with the intention of them kind of looking serpentine in nature. She has a dark olive skin and almost a mixture between dark brown and olive green tunic on her as she comes into the room.
As you do, a small clockwork halfling comes walking up to you that bears a striking resemblance to a different legendary hero with glowing green and red locks, walks up and very loudly and annoyingly says, hello, hello, welcome to Averin's Sanctum, welcome to Averin's Sanctum.
Thank you. And I'm just going to continue on my way in, scoping out the room.
You see the aforementioned scene that was described before you. Xander, what does Bora look like?
Yeah, so Bora is a regular here for some reason, and her whole thing is that she loves taking on people in an arm wrestling competition. And so she might already be here, just tucked away with some other, I don't know, celestial being, full on engaged in an arm wrestling match with them.
Yes, you, as Azazel, you lay eyes on Bora, locked arms with what you know to be a Solar, an 8-foot celestial creature that is beautiful and blue with sparkling skin, just locked with a face of determination on Bora.
And you can see that Bora herself is concentrating as well. She also has like a blue tint to her fur that covers a thin layer over her skin, but her nose is sort of snout-like and becomes pinkish as the fur sort of gives way. And she has long sort of cow-like ears. They're also pink on the inside and blue fur on the outside. And you can see all of this. And she also has a nose ring that is also glowing. Very bull-like in her nose, but you can see as this effort comes forward, she starts to glow with like this green energy all around her, and her turquoise hair starts to stand, and she slams the arm down, and she goes, "Ha ha ha! Again!" And
I went easy on you, Bora. I would not want such a grand champion to not have use of her sword arm.
Well, I count on you to give me a challenge. And she gets right back to it.
As Azil comes up closer to this contest and looks at Bora and just says, fascinating.
As she hears this, she goes, "Me?" and lets go of the arm wrestling.
And you go boom, you see the Solar like hand goes down through the table, and when it cracks with a loud snap, you sort of a cheer goes up in the place. Yeah. And it's well, Bora, you didn't let me win, you gave up. I demand a rematch.
Perhaps another day. My arm is sufficiently sore. And she'll turn around to look at, is it Asazil?
Mhm.
Asazil, your reputation precedes you. You are gorgeous.
I pay no mind to such things. Tell me the tale of this ring you have.
My ring of featherfall has protected me on many occasions, and I keep it safe. As you look down, she's also got a giant warhammer sort of at her feet, and she stands up from the table and almost comes up to the 7 foot of the competitor, but she's only like 6'8" or so, and sort of grabs the handle of her giant warhammer.
You are very strong.
It is my...
In a lifetime, or was this something innate?
Some of us were born with gifts, and some of us choose to enhance them. I've chosen to enhance mine.
Sometime I would love to hear the tale of this.
You see, the Solar just nods to you, sort of like cradling its arm a bit, and it's like, always a pleasure, Bora.
Until next time.
I shall go find some ice. And walks away. Meanwhile, outside, Nasira, as you approach, what does Nasira look like?
She is a very tall tiefling. She has almost like human coloring. She's not like red or blue, but she has bright red hair. And she is wearing it's like a corset, kind of like, it's a little piratey, but also a little woodsy. It looks like she's been through a couple of rough battles, but I think the most noticeable thing about her is the giant sword that is strapped to her back that is probably about the size that she is.
As you are walking through the streets of Sigil, approaching this small, unassuming, out-of-the-way door, Hazaran, the black blade, sort of rattles gently in his sheath and says, "Oh dear, Nasira, we're at the center of the universe, and you want to go to a house party."
I mean, do you have like a better suggestion?
Yes. See that chap over there? You could take his head before he knew you were behind him.
See, that's always your suggestion. Your suggestion always ends in just like taking people's heads. And see, here's the thing, this is where you're in luck. We always end up getting there. You don't have to start there though. It's just you like escalate. It's like music. You need to crescendo into things. Crescendo has around crescendo.
Statistically speaking, I am correct more often than not. I'm simply trying to save you some time.
You know what I hate the most about you? The fact that that is a correct statement.
It's
you are
why
usually right. You are usually right. You're usually right, and I hate that you're usually right.
It is why we make such a good duo. Kalila. Is it Kalila or Kalalia?
Kalila.
Kalila, you see this beautiful tiefling approaching the door, seemingly talking to herself, because when Hazaran's talking, there's no external sign, so she's sort of like... she's walking down the street.
How far away am I behind her? Or am I...
I would say you're approaching from the opposite direction. Although Nasira's deeds are known far and wide, as are Kalila's. What does she look like, by the way?
So Kalila is Kalashtar. She's tall. She's very beautiful. She has long, flowy, curly black hair. amber eye. Well, an amber eye. Her left eye looks like she suffered some calamity, as it's all white, kind of glowy sometimes, and from it, it just kind of branches underneath her skin. You can see this black, almost lightning tree root pattern from her eye, like to her scalp. She has kind of golden skin, and she's wearing these long white flowy robes that are kind of like a futuristic ninja princess aesthetic with some gold embroidery on it. Yeah, some weapons, but nothing too like assuming.
Yes, and you all see each other approaching near this door.
Ooh, Hezron, do you see her? I like her hair.
Yes, if you're into that sort of thing.
In your mind, you hear, "Why, thank you."
Oh, that's an Hezron.
Yeah. No, don't let her know that I can talk.
Oh, well, I think the jig might be up on that, buddy. I will walk over to her.
Hello.
Hi there. I love all this. This is.
Thank you.
You look familiar. Kalila?
Yes.
Big fan.
How did you know?
Nasira. I do a lot of traveling. I do lots of singing and stabbing. These are my favorite pastimes.
Nasira, it's very, very nice to meet you. And I will say, singing and stabbing is an odd but a very intriguing combination.
You hear a lot of things along the way. Yeah, I think that's where I picked up on you. Are you going to the house party thing?
I am. Were you invited by Avern as well?
Was it Avern who invited us?
Well, I just heard and figured we should show up, but he's always happy to see you, Nasira. Well, he's never happy, but you know.
Yes, semantics, but yes, correct. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I open the door for after you, please.
Thank you. And I will walk in.
Sir Grankin, inside Avron's place with this grand assemblage going on, what does Sir Grankin look like?
I have the most exquisite plate mail armor you've ever seen in your life. There are etchings all over it, but not too gaudy, subtle just enough. You see a large great sword slung upon my back. Is it magical? It may be, it may not. My salt and pepper hair is perfectly coiffed across my clean-shaven lower face, but the most magnificent moustache you've ever seen.
You are a spectacle, Sir Grankin, and you notice that the assorted beings and entities that populate Avron's establishment here sort of like gather around and stare at you, but none of them come more than about 10 feet. It's like when you see a shark swim through an aquarium and all the other fish sort of
If they did come within 10 feet, I would regale them with tales of the battles I have won, whilst sipping a whiskey at the bar.
You do see a solar angel nursing its arms, sort of walking past you. It stops and is like, Sir Grankin, Grandingham?
Yes, what trouble has become you? What is wrong with your arm?
Oh, 'tis but a scratch from a small bit of exercise with a Bora, the paladin of some potency. Fine, 'tis but a scratch.
Well, hello. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sir Grankwin Grandingham.
Avron, you hear him say out loud that he is Sir Granquin Grandingham. a warrior of some renown. In fact, I presumably Avron has some sort of elevated perch to see all this from, and you see these grand assorted heroes all making their way in. All of their names and faces are known to you from various adventures across time and space.
I I put my whiskey down and I get off of my giant, enormous throne. I forgot to mention the giant golden statue of Avron as well.
I felt it was implied. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I got kobolds polishing that and all that stuff. So I go down the stairs and I just casually step behind the bar and I look at the solar. I'm like, I forgot your name. What's your name again?
Celeston.
Yeah, you owe me money.
I have no need of money.
I swear, I can't. You did this thing and you owe me money, and it was a whole, situation.
I exist outside of the wheel of capitalist getting and spending. I simply am an infinite entity and force for good. Wait, is she taking on more arm wrestling? No, I'm beyond such things.
Is your arm okay?
Yeah. Yes. And you notice one of its wings kind of like comes out and folds around the arm, and then you can't see it. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Well, very boring. Hello, Sir Granquin. How you doing?
Oh, I'm always excellent, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing fine.
Your party is enjoyable.
I actually forgot everyone was here, but thank you. Yeah.
Azazel and Bora, you all see Avron has descended from his golden throne to get behind the bar, talking to this anomalously beautiful warrior. You've heard stories of this Sir Granquin because there can only be so many mustachios like that in all of the plains.
And I've made sure that everyone has heard my stories, as I've paid many bards and minstrels to sing my praises throughout the land.
As soon as Bora sees... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, intermittently, people keep tossing coins to you, Sir Granquin, as they just walk by. Yes.
As Bora sees this, I assume it's like there's a staircase and there's like a teen movie entrance, like Sir Granquin's going to prom for the first time. And as this is coming down, it's like in slow motion, Bora's eyes get bigger and she spots his armor and how like shiny and polished it is, and grabs Azazel by the hand and just like rushes over to Sir Grindingham. It's just like, I am amazed by the shininess of your armor. How can I get my own to reflect so well? And she looks at her face like being warped.
Well, I would recommend that you spend a lifetime as a hero, and then perhaps one day you may be bequeathed one by a duke or duchess or prince or potentate.
Wow, I need to keep an eye out for a prince of potentate, but I'm well on my way of living a life of heroics. And she'll throw out her arm as if to like clasp your hand.
Ah, yes.
And she confusedly, yeah, warriors.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very awkward. Right. I'd recommend being a villain. It's way more fun. All right, everyone does the hero thing. It's exhausting. So maybe just kill some people along the way and take what you want.
Avron, what a stupendous compilation of people you have here. How do you compile your guest list?
I don't think I do. I think people just kind of come in and out. Yeah, lists are difficult. I like this place to be a place where like, and you actually looking around, you can see like actual devils. Also, this is like a neutral ground for several entities that normally would not be getting along. There are like actual vampires in the room. Like it's that kind of situation. Everyone's very, very dangerous, but there's like a universal peace in this one place. It's kind of like Papa Midnight's and Constantine.
Avron, is the vault here?
It is.
Does the vault have any visible external security?
Yeah, like a couple of iron golems and a giant safe door and lots of glyphs all over it. It's a ridiculously large. There are a lot of things in that, famously in the safe. This should never be
Kalila
taken.
and Nasira, as you walk in, Kalila, you can still hear in Nasira's mind, I do enjoy Avrin in his subtle finishes.
In my mind, in her mind, she's going to hear my voice. I'm sorry, I didn't catch his name.
You didn't need to. He's he's a big butthead anyways. And Nasir will pull out
dare you
spray bottle and she'll spray her sword.
I hate that sword polish. You'll wish for me later.
Can we hear the sword?
He can talk out loud, but he's only talking in her mind. It's as a Kalishtar, she's psychic and can hear it. Otherwise, Now Hazaran just talks to her. Although you do see she's got an almost comedically oversized sword. Like it very nearly touches the floor behind her feet and up past her shoulder as she walks in.
I do feel a weird bond with her just from the fact that like mine is also like Final Fantasy ridiculously large. I also have a great sword. And Aaron does not look like he can lift it at all, but somehow does.
Sorry.
I will say, I just also will say, don't worry, I won't tell anyone.
Sometimes I wonder, maybe you should. Then people won't think I'm crazy. But then again, then they'll want to talk to him more, and that never usually ends well. Again, crescendo, but on timing is everything. You be quiet. And
I would actually hold on to that because it's so nice to just be able to bounce when you don't want to talk to somebody anymore. And if they think you're talking to yourself, that's all the better.
Never thought of that. That's valid. I like you.
I like you too.
I want to be right there. Like Jeff Goldblum weird.
I just slowly turn my head.
It was right here. Yep.
I'm just got my face looking at both of you, not speaking. So, staring contest?
Hi. Yes, we were just taking in all this scenery and people.
I think one of the tieflings in the chandeliers might be one of my cousins, actually. Now that I'm looking, this is it's nice.
Interesting, very eclectic group of friends you have.
Yeah, good, cool. Thanks for joining. Have a drink, relax. Continue to stare at each other. People are playing arm wrestling quite a bit today. It's a thing. Sir Granquin, the guy who pays everyone to talk about him. I don't have to do that. He's back there by the bar.
Yeah, I sing songs about him all the time. Your sword, and you see Nasira's like uncomfortably close to you. Like, does your sword talk to you too?
I've been around a long time. Lots of things talk to me. So.
Okay, that's.
I mean, do you talk? Do you mean like talk to me? Like I saw it and I was like, oh, I have that. That's a good sword. So yeah, it spoke to me.
Yeah, I think she was asking if it talks back.
Oh no, I mean I've gotten to the point where I suspect I might be the sword, and this is actually a projection of it. But who knows?
I do not have enough drinks in me to have this sort of philosophical conversation.
Yeah,
Sir Granquin. Give me your perception check. Bora, I know you use a warhammer, but Bora's a warrior. You can also give me perception. Get out some of those high-level skills, y'all.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. You too, Avrin. You can give me perception.
I just like to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a very mediocre 9.
I got a 15. Oh, sorry, 16.
I also got 15.
But to say, you might have been misled by catching your glimmering reflection in something, Sir Granquin.
I caught my reflection across the hall on a mirror, and I just started to stare.
Um, Bora and Avrin, both of you, as you sort of see the hilt of Nasira's sword, there is something familiar about it. You're like, I've heard of that, but and just as you're sort of trying to tickle your brain a little bit, the door to your establishment bursts open dramatically, Avrin. And you see an elderly man dressed in worn white robes, bearing a large golden sunburst and a chasuble covered in holy symbols hanging around his neck, hastily approaches. Seeing you, he breathlessly croaks, "Thank Palor I found you. There's trouble at the temple. A strange wizard in singed robes, wounded nearly to death, just appeared out of nowhere. I think he teleported there. He's been going on and on about undead chasing him, and he keeps saying the name Sararak and also Avrin. I think that should mean something, but I don't remember names like I used to. Can you please come with me right away to talk to this gentleman? And maybe with your experience, you grand heroes, maybe you can make a heads or tails of it."
I feel like this is a trap. First off, don't ever say Palor in this house ever again. Not fan, not friends.
Well, no. But this is, everyone says that everyone's welcome in Avrin's establishment, even
except
the
for
Lord
Palor.
of Palor.
No. Oh. Our friendship is canceled. We're not talking. So that's the thing. Well, and second of all, like, Sararak is back again.
Apparently, that's what this strange person is saying. I'd been told that the Great Lich had been destroyed a number of times.
I kind of eye my vault.
Honestly, there is a real chance that all of you at some time or place in your adventures have done battle with a Sararak or his minions. He is a Lich of supreme renown and has in fact been killed repeatedly. He first came to notoriety when his tomb, the aptly named Tomb of Horrors, was discovered. And to this day, adventurers still disappear into the tomb, never to return. Although for those in the know, most believe that a Sararak had left the tomb onto other things and recently attempted to set up a new base of operations on the edge of the plane of negative energy. But word was he'd been defeated there as well. As far as all of you knew, a Sararak is dead again.
Bora sort of goes back into her knowledge and of nature, specifically, that's her strength as a paladin. And she thinks back and says, "I thought the phylactery was destroyed this time, but if a Sararak is back, this is my chance for revenge."
He looks at you.
Extra phylactery. How do you say it?
Phylactery.
I've never gotten it quite right. I don't know why. Yeah,
it's true. There's always room for another phylactery. Although when you say revenge, this old man looks at you and like, "Do you wish to avenge Sir Pentavel?"
Sir Pentavel and Bora.
But you're avenging your. Can you get revenge for yourself? I suppose so. Yeah. No. Well, no
but
time to talk.
More.
Yes, no, come along. You can meet this man. You can see him for yourself. You can ask all your own questions. I don't understand any of this, but he called for you. So
well,
I figured I would come here and ask.
Bora, if you do have damage or Sararak and everything, and then you die, then technically you avenged yourself. So it'll work out really well. Don't die though. Well, I mean, you can. It's up to you. It's everyone's life.
Life goal is to not die.
Well, that is most everyone's. Let's go. Sounds like fun. And maybe we can steal some things. I dibs on the bones. I think Sophia can cook something out of lich. I think there's a lich recipe that. Yeah, she has. We've definitely eaten lich before. So
a lot of butter. Azazel, give me your Arcana check.
All right. That's a 20. Not natural, but it's
right.
A dirty
20. A Sararak has pulled off godhood 2 or 3 times. Maybe, if you get close enough, maybe you can figure out how he did it.
Sure. Would I know I know that he's also been killed multiple times. Would I be able to make like a history check to know the ways in which he's been killed before?
Yes, you could roll history.
Uh,
Oh.
Dirty 30?
Man, Sarah had
You
been
know.
killed so many times. He just keeps finding a way back. Although I will say, I'm like scroll through the encyclopedic list of adventurers that Acererak was the last boss in.
Yeah.
Although I will say, here's the most important thing out of the things you take out of the times that he has been defeated by a variety of adventurers. He really should be dead. Like, it's the last time. No, really, you're like, no, we were wrong that other time.
Yeah.
No, but the last time should have been the last time. It should not be possible for Acererak to be back.
I cannot believe that no one has figured out how to put Acererak down for good.
Well,
I see this as a challenge that maybe we should all take on, no?
I once turned him into a clock. That was nice. And like an armchair, and then he came back again. And then I think his phylactery, I put that in a statue, and then we crushed that up, and then someone snored that. I don't know what happened, but yeah, he keeps on coming back. He's like a bad penny.
All creative means of death.
Yeah.
And they
Yep.
say a stopped clock is still right twice a day. Perhaps that's what we're dealing with here.
I've
Yeah,
grabbed my drink from the bar at this point. I'm like, without even inviting me, I'm going.
All right, let's go. This place is dead anyways. I mean, well, lots of them are. Sorry, vampires. Just nothing personal.
Nasira walks up with like a turkey leg that she's stolen off of somebody else's like table's plate, just kind of like chewing on it. She goes, "What are we? Okay, yeah, just I think I might have a thing. Just let me." And then he won't exist anymore. I got it. I got you.
I think about 10 seconds in, you realize it's not turkey.
It might be lich. Yeah. Yeah. I told you you'd need me. When you say everything's dead in here, sorry, vampires, you all see the vampires are giving this priest the super stink eye. They're all looking at him like, yeah, and he seems very oblivious to the mortal danger that he's in. Apparently, that's Pelor calling. Hello, Pelor. Right. I don't know if you guys could hear that out there on the internet, but a very loud iPhone ringtone just...
It's a call to adventure!
It's the call to adventure! Only true heroes can hear it.
You got Paylor on speed dial, just in case.
Yeah, Paylor's like, I heard you were talking trash, Avery.
And
I
then
heard you having a party without
ghost
me.
him hard.
You can't leave Paylor on red. How dare you?
Yeah.
Presumably, you grand heroes follow this old man out to the Temple of Pelor. He shares with you on the way there that his name is Father Falcon. And he has served at this temple for many years. He is clearly an old human, but time flows differently here in Sigil. He might be 50, he might be 500. Like, even he doesn't know. He just sort of keeps serving the radiant god of light. As you all enter into this temple, let me make sure I have the right description of the temple. Apologies, I have to move my Zoom call. As you all make your way through the streets of Sigil, again, when you look around, it is almost like the area that you all are in is where the merchant caste lives, essentially. Again, the luxury of the inside of Avron's Sanctum very much belies the outside, where it is like an almost unimaginably big bazaar that stretches off into the distance. And just before you all turn into the temple, you can make off just in the distance the terrifying specter of the Lady of Pain herself, floating down the middle of one of the causeways, barely making out the outline of her giant spiked iron crown as everybody scrambles and flees to get out of her way as she's making her way through. She stands 20 feet tall, and all of you know that to even look upon her, to make eye contact, is to be struck dead. And this old man, Father Faulkner, he is completely oblivious to the fact that essentially it's like death is coming, and he's like, "Oh, go this way, just right into the temple."
Bora will reach out and grab him to stop him from just keep going forward, and sort of.
No, we're right here. What is this? Some sort
cover
of
his mouth.
commotion. I don't. Yeah, you notice that everyone knows that it's like to look at the Lady of Pain is death. Yet she hates like bowing and groveling, so it's very complicated. It's like, don't look at her, but don't be disrespectful, but don't be overly respectful. It is much easier to just scoot into the temple and let her go.
I walked past the Lady of Pain, and I barely like know she's there. I'm like, "Hi, Lady of Pain," and I just go into the temple.
Bora, sensing like all of this danger, sort of makes eyes with everybody, and using the priest as an example of just like, let's move.
Presumably everyone else not ready to die does in fact scoot past into the temple with Father Falcon and Bora.
Yes.
Yeah, I pull out a quill and a scroll and just kind of take notes as I side-eye on the way in.
Mm-hmm. When you all enter into the temple, it is beautiful if you're familiar with a temple of Palor. There is a stop it, you. It is illuminated by a brightly permanent lit daylight effect. A sigil is actually shaped like a large torus. It actually is like a huge like donut. It is literally the center of the multiverse. It is the center of all places is where sigil is. And it is a city that sort of like floats over a large a mountain at the center of the universe. And even though it is usually a fairly nice blue sky outside, inside it is always sort of a perpetual, almost gloomy dusk type thing. But when you come in here, it is bright daylight. There are wooden benches. There's rows of benches lining the place where people can sit and kneel and listen to the ceremonies as preaching the gospel of the Lord of Light. And on the floor, there is a golden face of the symbol of Palor. Those of you that you recognize, it looks like basically if the sun had the face of a very old man on it. But up near the dais at the front, you do see a man who looks very grievously injured. He's a middle-aged man with disheveled blonde hair and singed robes. Sits on a bench in the nave where a young priest is attempting to calm him. Seeing you enter, he leaps to his feet and shouts, "Please, please, you must help me. My friends may still be alive. The Sararak could not have had time to damn their souls in that foul device of his. You, Averin, he mentioned you by name, and are you Bora? And you, yeah, Nasira, he said all of your names. Oh, gods be praised. There still may be time. And he completely goes silent, looking behind you with terror and shouting, "They found me!" A group of black-robed men walk in right behind you, muttering words of power as they begin to start casting spells. They're in black robes with what look like bronze masked faces. All of you roll initiative.
Yes. Also, just wanted it to be noted that I have the feat Mage Slayer. So
Nice.
anybody casting within, I think, 5 feet of Bora is going to get a hammer.
They come in and start casting spells, and it's just like the Kill Bill eyes over
Bora's just like, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Let me get the.
There's no.
I said I got 12.
other sort of conditions for rolling a natural one, are there?
So there is my only house rule, by the way, that I play with, aside this natural 20 thing that we're doing, is a 20 always succeeds and a 1 always fails, even on skill checks. Yeah, you can drop your initiative in chat, actually. That's a good way to do it.
Oh, okay.
So I will not cost you a turn for this, Bora, but you will definitely go last.
Copy that.
I'm like in the old days. That's what it was. If you rolled a 1 on initiative, you miss your first action. But I will not do such a thing to you. I appreciate that you're so excited about killing the mages. You forgot to do things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but also Bora, story-wise, is distracted by the people in distress and feels the need to rush over and help them too. So that could account for a hesitation.
That's whatever you need to tell yourself, Laura. All right, we got Kalila 12, Grokkin 16. All right.
Azazel's an 18.
Okay, Azazel's an 18. Grokkin 16, Avery 12. Nasira?
A 13.
Nasira's a 13. I'm missing somebody. I've got Azazel, Grokkin, Nasira, Averin, Bora, Kalila. Sorry. What did Kalila get?
Yeah, 12. It's in there.
Okay, Kalila 12. I know I said put it in there, but then it's like the actual act of moving between my notes and notepad and Zoom chat ended up harder than I expected. So they are going to go first.
How many are there?
There are 6 of them.
Okay.
And roughly,
both.
how large is the room that we're in?
It is about the size of a normal chapel, so I would say it's probably about 100 feet across.
Gotcha.
Both Sir Grokkin and
Granquin.
Granquin, of the Cleveland Granquins, Sir Granquin and Bora and Nasira all give me con saves.
Yes, and Bora, being a high-level paladin, has a whole bunch of auras that actually kick in as well.
Yes.
So for this, you actually get a bonus to your save. I think. The aura
you definitely
of
will. Mm-hmm.
Maybe. There's so many.
You definitely have your auras will help with this 100%.
Yeah. Okay. For everybody, because my aura has doubled and now it's 60 feet emanating from me.
You're probably +4 at this level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. So yes, add 4 to your saves there. And you 3 give me your saves.
+4 to all saves.
30.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that made up for it. Natty 20.
Was the hey? So roll percentile.
Yeah.
And tell me what that number is.
51.
51. So that would be $51 to Extra Life. Yes.
Woo!
Also, please. Thank you all for your donations, chat. Was that 30 there, Gronkin, or
30?
Yes. No, you are completely unharmed. And Nasira?
Both I am.
22, Nasira. 3 of these cultists walk in and they point their fingers at you in rays of just greenish black energy, target the 3 physically strongest looking people and just like slam into you, but you all are fine. The other 3 reach out and try and touch Averin and Kalila and Azazel somewhat ineffectively. Averin, what is your AC?
It is none of your business. It's 17.
All right. And Kalila, what is your AC?
16.
And Azazel, what is your AC?
12.
You all see the other 3 of them like lunge forward, trying to put their hands out, and Averin and Kalila both sort of like slip and slide out of the way. But as they do, the final one manages to reach out and touch you, Azazel, and you just hear from behind the mask, "Don't fight. Come with me." And you feel your life, your actual life essence, begin to drain out of you. And all of you see this as he's touching her. You see energy coming out of Azazel's face into the hands of this robed figure. And you take 24 points of necrotic damage. That's not accounting for any sort of mitigation you might have.
Also, for one of Bora's auras, you take half of that because everyone gets resistance to damage from spells. From my
Bora's aura.
of warding.
Bora's there aura. You go. Bora's aura. Yep. So what did I say?
Does that make it 12?
Yeah. That would cut it in half. Yeah. Yeah, I would tell you in advance, all the numbers I give you guys are not accounting for any mitigation because all of you can do such insanity. Like there's no way. I can only tell you their output. Okay, Azazel, it is actually your turn. And after that, it will be Graukin. So you can prepare yourself. Grunquin. I even wrote it wrong. Grunquin. I have no idea why I'm incapable of saying. I can't even spell it. I wrote it wrong too. Yes. So Azazel and then Grunquin. Yes.
It's a made-up word.
Okay. So,
let me paint the scene again. So you all come into this temple. The red singed wizard is like, "Help me." Oh no, they found me. And these 6 come into the room. 3 stand right there and just pow, try and shoot. Nothing happens. The other 3 lunge forward towards 2 of you, Avrin and Kalila getting out of the way, and one of them grabbing you and basically being point blank in front of you now. Is Azil.
I'm going to smile. So I'm guessing he's grabbing my one hand. I'm going to smile and put my hand on the side of his face and cast Vampiric Touch.
All right. Is that is a melee attack from you, not a save from him, correct? Vampiric Touch?
I think so.
I believe.
Yeah, melee spell attack against a creature within your reach.
Yep. All right, roll it. Let's see if you can get him.
Okay. And what do I add to that for a melee spell attack?
If you were looking there on D&D,
there we go.
There
I
should be a
see
number
it.
next to it. Yeah.
Okay,
Your
so
spell
that's
casting.
18.
So basically, he's like, "Come with me," and starts taking your life, and you're like, "But maybe don't," and start taking it back from him. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
It's just the straw.
Yeah, right.
So that's 13 damage that I suck back out of him to heal myself.
All right. So you actually have gained a net of 1 point out of all of this. You all very much see her like now locked in this process of draining life from each other here. That is your action. Do you have anything you want to do as a bonus action or anything?
Can I see if anyone else is currently casting anything, or have they already taken their turn? And
they had their turn. So like if they've acted this round. But what is it that you're trying to figure out? I know level 20 is a lot, y'all, so that's why I'm giving everybody a chance to, do their thing. What is it that you were looking for?
No, I'm not going to do anything for a bonus action.
Okay, got it. All right, then it is now your turn, Sir Gronquin. I legit had to. Dang it! I was like, I spelled it phonetically, and I still can't do it. Hang on, wait. No,
Sir
I'm about to. Yeah.
I need to pay the bards more.
Mm-hmm.
And the poets.
It's like someone trying to say Grand Canyon wrong. Grand Canyon.
Being drunk at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So,
Don't tell me what it's called.
Yeah, there's a hole in the ground. Who cares? Yeah. Yes, Sir Grangwin.
Well, I have 4 attacks as being a battle master. So, what do I see before me? I'm assuming they were right behind us, so
yes,
there should be at least 2 I can start hacking away at.
There's 3 that are just bunched up together by the door that shot at you and shot at your friends.
And they're the closest ones?
Yes. Well, it's really, honestly, you could reach any of them because I mean, you all were bunched together and they've come forward. So there's 3 that are within easy melee range, or you could move forward and attack the 3 that are still by the door. You could easily reach any of them if you so chose, though.
I shall take the easy way, as that is how I am still alive. So I shall swing at the nearest one for my first attack.
All right. There would be 3 that are close that are already closed into melee range, so go for it.
So my first swing, I get an 18.
That is enough to hit it.
Great. And he shall get 15 points of damage for that first swing.
Although you go to swing, Sir Granquin, and did I finally say it right, by the way?
You did!
I legit had to finally, it was only an hour into this, literally at the hour mark, I got it right. You go to swing, and you know that it should have crashed into him and taken his head clean off. And you just see an odd greenish energy just sort of shimmers, and your sword just slightly bounces off of it. Just like that.
Can I do, would I perceive that to be something?
I'll give you perception. I'll give it to you as a free action. Perception or Arcana on the off chance Arcana's higher, although I doubt it is, but it could be.
Is not.
Next up is going to be Nasira, by the way, so you can start rolling dice or preparing.
23.
You've seen such magics before, sir. On occasion, they have randomly occurring fields. With a 23, you know that flash of life is some sort of an entropic field. It just alters chance from time to time.
Very well, then
it doesn't mean that you cannot strike them. It's just they do have an odd form of defense.
I shall soldier on and strike again.
Okay, roll it.
A natural 20.
Hey,
So
natural 20. All right.
34. So I think we.
Well, yes, roll percentile. We're gonna be making a donation to Extra Life here.
And I also have something special to tell you after this.
Yeah, you do.
19.
19, okay.
And if you
yes,
recall, Sir Granquin Grandingham always yields his Vorpal greatsword. So upon a natural 20, heads shall roll.
You all see Sir Granquin goes to swing at this person, and this light, and his just eyes narrow for a second, and head clean off. That bounces with a loud clang as its metal face hits the floor. And Nasira, you hear Hazaran say, "Well, if you're into that sort of thing, I suppose." And yes, you have 2 more attacks.
I have 2 more
Sir
attacks,
Granquin.
so I shall simply carry on with the next one.
Well, just for the sake of ease, there were 3 that had moved to melee range. There is one that was engaged with Azazel, one that was engaged with Kalila, and one that was engaged with Averin. You've clearly killed one of them. Which one was it? Just for ease.
Azazel's, because
all right,
the one that was struck.
Azazel, as you were draining the life from this man, boop, and then suddenly it's just a head. There, you drop it. Yes, 2 more attacks.
We make a good team.
I'd like to think, since I had my hand on the face, that I just hold the head.
Yeah.
Or dropping.
Palm it like a basketball. Yes. Mm-hmm.
My next swing on the next one, I get a 24.
That is also enough to hit it.
For 17 points of damage.
You see the field leaps to life, but you're able to compensate for it and slash past it and bite a huge wound into the back of the man, who clearly starts to bleed. Whatever this is, it is a living, breathing person inside of it, but is not quite down just yet. But I believe you have 1 more attack. That was just 3, was it not?
An old ally of mine once said, if it bleeds, we can kill it. And my last roll, I get a 25. And
Sir Arnold of Schwarzenegger, yes.
for 12 more points of damage.
All right. You see he drops to the ground, like wheezing heavily. Again, for the sake of ease, was that the one that was on Kalila or Averin?
Let's say Averin's.
All right. Averin, you see this shining warrior has landed 2 savage blows on this man that has collapsed at your feet, but is like breathing and like gasping heavily under his mask. Nasira, it is your turn.
Bit of a noob question, because Queen doesn't have a lot of bonus actions at level 12 and level 20. So, Neil, can I do a bonus action first before I do an action?
You absolutely can.
Excellent. I would like to cast Branding Smite on I can do that on Hazaron, I believe. And I roll, I roll, not you, for that, I believe. And then
so the way that works is with Branding Smite in particular, you attack, and then if you hit, the Branding Smite goes off. So you cast it, yes, and now the next time you hit anything, the Branding Smite will happen.
Gotcha. Okay. I would like to hit the closest one to me.
The closest one to you would be the one that is engaged with Kalila.
Oh yeah, then I'm going for that one.
I appreciate you guys are like, each of you have one paired off, but you're like, yep. Okay. Are you, and you're going to attack with Hazaran?
Yes, and that is 2d6.
You see that when she pulls this sword out, it is a jet black blade of Netherese design, for those of you that means something to. He has a curling guard and a pommel with a bright purple gem inside, and is comedically large. Roll it. What'd you get?
I got 19. Now, do I also roll the smite on top of that now?
Well, so the 19 is enough to hit him. So now you're going to roll damage, and when you roll the damage, you're going to add 2d6 to it for the smite.
Okay. Uh, 15 and 19.
All right, 19 points of damage. Perfect. All right. Also, I know that there's a 9 million things to keep track of, but I'm pretty sure you get 2 attacks. And also, you might want to remember you have something called Green Flame Blade, which is probably one of the things you're going to want to be using the most as a cantrip. But I'm pretty sure Nasira's got 2 attacks at this level.
So many high-level spells.
That's level 20 is a lot.
Level 20
level
is
20.
crazy.
Level 20 is a lot, but I do believe you have a second attack, just a normal attack. So you can go ahead and roll it again.
So I'll just swing again. So do I have to swing to attack again as well on the
yes.
Okay.
I reiterate, level 20 is a lot, y'all. Also, next up after is Kalila is on deck, and then Averin.
That's 22 for the attack.
To hit, that is enough to hit him.
All right, and then 13 damage.
13, same thing. You bite savagely into this man's back here as he sort of like slides to his knees, kind of still reaching forward for Kalila. And Hazaran just sort of says to you, good. Better to go slow and make a statement, correct? Anyone can just take a head. Not everyone can wound.
Yes, you enjoyed this a little bit too much. Has anybody ever told you that?
Never. Also, you enjoy it as well. Is that it for you, Nasira?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And then, yes, it is now Kalila's turn. Again, you see the man in front of you is coming forward. It's like, sort of has dropped to his knees. The only ones that are clearly up and fighting are the three by the door. The one that is closest to you is grievously wounded, but still alive.
So the three by the door, are they within melee range of our party, or are they?
Yeah, they could be, because again, three of them came forward to attack. So, you all could easily get to them to attack. But right now, no one is engaged with them. Like, if you're wondering about if you could drop an AoE on them, no, they're over there by themselves.
Cool. I'm going to do that. I am going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay.
In that area where they're at.
Because I am what? Sickening. That was for you, Xander. I presume they have to save against that. What do they need?
It's a con save. They need an 18 or more to beat it.
So I rolled a natural 20 there. So yay, money for the children. I mean, boo for beating the spell, but yay, money for the children.
Right? But money for the children.
Yep, money for the children. All right. So let me write down that that's 25 for me. It is true. It is very dramatic. It's money for the children. Two of them made the save. So what happens if they make it, and what happens if they don't make it?
So what happens if they don't succeed, they take 4d10 radiant damage and suffer 1 level of exhaustion, and then they emit a dim green light in a 5-foot radius that makes it impossible from being invisible.
Excellent.
So now it's a 10-minute concentration spell. On my next turn, would I be able to roll for that to hit the other ones if it's?
Yes, as long as you can maintain the concentration. Also, okay. I should point out, just for the record, the one that Nasira hit is glowing with a blue light at your feet, because that is one of the things Branding Smite does. If they make the save, is it half damage or is it no damage?
It's no damage.
Okay, so roll the 4d10 for one of them there.
So that one takes D&D Beyond, takes 18 radiant damage.
Okay, and you all see he explodes in this blinding flash of light, but the other two just grit their teeth, and you see this like field of darkness sort of erupt around them, in fact.
And he's got a level of exhaustion too.
Yeah, he's whoo. Is that it for you, Kalila?
Yeah, that is it for me.
All right, Averin, again, there is a man who is grievously wounded at your feet, and there's also the three of them that are up by the door, one of which is glowing and exhausted currently.
Well, I'd look down at the man at my feet. I'm like, what's your name?
I only serve the master.
Oh, no, that's not true. I stab him with my great sword. First off, bonus action, Hexblade's Curse. I stab him with my great sword. Do I need to make an attack?
I mean, unless you roll it with advantage because he's prone, unless you get a 1, you're going to kill him. But yes.
That would be amazing.
There's still time to get a 1. You're like dramatically stab my own foot. Yeah, right. Although you could get a 20, it'll be something. Yeah, you could get a 20. There's something for the kids.
Yeah,
you know?
I got a 27, and I am also going to pull his soul out now that he's dead because a Hexblade cursed him, and he is now my sweet, sweet wraithy boy. I just reach into his body and I pull his soul right out of his body, and there's a specter now.
You all witnessed it, and the priests of Pelor all freak out at seeing this done here in the temple. Oh, blessed Father, please forgive us.
I just bring the specter to my face. I'm like, oh, see, now you work for me. You all do. You just don't know it yet.
Yes, Lord Averin.
Go kill.
Anything else besides recycling enemies?
Listen, I like to reuse. I like to recycle.
you know, it is not cruelty free, but it is. You can't argue with the results. That's true.
Yeah, that's I think that's all my actions.
Bora, there are still the 2 by the door and 1 glowing by the door.
Yeah, so all of this has been going on around Bora, and she, again, has been focusing on the wounded that are in front of her. which has caused this bit of a distraction. But as soon as she hears the sounds of battle, she turns around and whips her hammer around dramatically and casts Ensnaring Strike on it, which is another sort of imbue weapon spell. So you see this sort of green vine sort of encompass this golden hammer and then sort of fade in, and it looks like etchings. And she rushes over and takes a swing at one of the unhurt enemies.
All right, groovy, roll it.
Yeah. So first of all, with Ensnaring Strike, it's after I hit, they're gonna have to make a save.
Yep. Or something comes up out of the ground and holds them there.
Or just waiting for the die digitally.
That's it.
Okay.
It's very
25.
dramatic. 25 to hit or 25 damage. Yep, that is
25
enough.
to hit.
Yep, that is enough. I'm
Okay.
like, that's a miss. Run, it's a miss. Run.
Yeah.
Right.
So clear this. She's gonna do 11 damage, and then activate Ensnaring Strike. And that is I'm looking for the. So they have to make a save versus D18.
That is not a save.
Okay. You're restrained, so these vines sort of shoot out of the hammer and restrain the target. While restrained by the spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns. It's also restrained.
Okay, you all see vines come out of the hammer and completely like wrap this person up. And you're like, which that just drops his movement to 0, I believe, right?
Right.
Okay.
And inhibits spellcasting for movement components if they need it. And then taking another hit at the other target, she's gonna strike again.
All right, roll it.
Go faster.
Yeah, it's very dramatic. It's very dramatic.
A 21 to hit.
That also is enough to hit.
Boom. Let's roll that damage. Also the save 18 against Ensnaring Strike.
Ensnaring Strike should only be one target.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends. Yep.
Gotcha.
It'll be the one.
So 12 damage.
Okay.
From the hit.
Also wounded, but still alive. Okay, let's see. I'm just reading something here. All right.
And I think that's what we've got for now. That's Boris' turn.
All right. Excellent. I'm just checking real quick the restrained condition. Sorry, I did not mean to lean forward and dramatically snuffle into the microphone there. Okay, perfect. We are back around to the top. And you see this cultist in the vines and everything here, and the other one standing there wounded, and the third one looking exhausted. The three of them just all look at each other and say, "We die for the master." And they all hold their hands up and cast lightning bolt. All three of them past you all at the red wizard. They all shoot him, not you. Although I saw some of your faces light up. Do you have anything to try and stop them?
I do. I get a bonus reaction from Mage Slayer, so I get to attack again. They can still cast their spell, but I just get to attack.
Okay. You are a paladin, correct?
I am.
That means you can smite even on a reaction. You do know that as well. Yes, friend
I
paladin.
just took my bonus to do Ensnaring Strike instead. So
smite is not a bonus action.
Oh,
Anytime you hit. Oh yeah, no.
Gotcha.
You could anytime you hit, you can smite. That's my little boy is a dual wheel smiter. Also, Sir Grainquin, were you gonna do something there? Again, I saw your face light up.
Oh no, I was just thinking of my shiny metal armor and how it might hit it and damage it. But if it's gone past me, I'm not worried at all.
How many lightning?
I was just like, oh yeah, that guy. I forgot about that guy.
Is it one
3.
lightning bolt, or like they're all shooting lightning?
All three of them all shoot lightning bolts at that guy.
Oh, that's not nice. I'm counterspelling one of them.
You can counterspell one?
Yep.
Okay. What level are you going to cast the counterspell at?
Well, I have to do it full on. So 9.
Okay. Well, I mean, you could cast it at a lower one and roll and hope for the
Not
best.
as a warlock. Yeah.
Ah, yes, that is true. You just got to do it. Yep. Okay.
full
No,
deal.
instant one fizzles. You get a Mage Slayer in there, Bora. As Aziel, I know you'd asked before if everyone had cast. Was there
Yes.
something you were going to attempt to do?
I would also like to counterspell.
Okay. What level are you going to cast the counterspell at? Because if you
Great
cast it,
question.
if you cast it equal to or greater than them, it works instantly. If you cast it at a lower level, you have to roll to see if it works. I will give you an Arcana check to see if you know what level Lightning Bolt is. If you yourself know Lightning Bolt, I will say you already know, but if not, you can see if you can figure it out.
Arcana check is 29.
You know you need to cast this at third level should get it done. So counterspell's already fourth level. So any casting of the spell should just work.
Perfect.
Yep. Okay. So lightning, fizzle, fizzle. One still gets through, and dude falls to the ground. And Bora, what do you do?
As soon as that happens, she's just taking that to swing the hammer at the caster.
Yeah.
That's a 25 to hit.
That is enough.
That is a total of 27 damage because I'm adding a divine smite onto the end of that.
He and like you hear a laugh from behind that bronze hammer. Describe to me what you do to this man in retribution, Bora.
So she watched this person take that innocent life and just swings with all the might of her hammer, trying to get it before the spell comes off. But you just see this crack of electricity and green energy as she channels her divine energy into the hit as well, blocking the lightning and sending this priest flying.
You see this person goes flying back out the door into the street in a heap of burned, singed clothing. And you see many of the people that were hiding when the Lady of Pain was walking by, see this guy fly out, look inside and see all this, and immediately break out running into the streets of Sigil, not wanting to be anywhere near this. It is as Aziel's turn again, and then it'll be Grainquin up on deck. Two of them are still alive. They've both been wounded, but they are up and fighting.
Okay. Let's go ahead and all right, let me just see real quick here what the area of effect is on this spell. I'm going to target one of them and cast Suggestion.
Mm-hmm. And what would you like to suggest he do?
Why are you here and what do you want?
So suggestion will make him do something. So I guess really you're more like give up or something to that effect. Is essentially like confess or something
perfect.
of that.
Yeah. So I'll say,
you like do a thing, you know. Yeah.
Confess, and when you are finished, run as fast as you can.
Here in the service of the Dark Lord Asararak. A soul has escaped, a soul must be returned. And bolts. It's like, yoink! Although, since this is the top of a new Bora,
I'm going to take attack opportunity.
I was about to say, although Bora, your Mage Slayer, was that an attack of opportunity or was that a bonus action?
It's a
it was
reaction.
a reaction. Okay, so Bora, you've used your reaction.
Yeah.
The rest of you have not, especially if you have the ability to cast. Actually, I believe. Let me double check and see if Nasira's got Warcaster. I don't remember, but yes, Grainquin. You definitely can. Averin, you definitely can. I don't remember if I'll say you can too, Nasira. Everybody gets a lick on this dude. I don't think he's gonna run far.
Yeah, does a 25 hit?
That is enough to hit him.
I do 6. How does he look hurt at all? I do 16 points of damage.
Yeah, he's been injured.
And does it look like that? Does it feel like that's gonna kill him?
How many points of damage?
16.
You're seeing these people aren't terribly durable. Like, I mean, you've noticed like 2 hits has dropped but not killed most of them. What is it that you're weighing? Should you do what thing?
I'm just gonna smite him.
I was about to say, you know, you're gonna get one shot at it basically. So
yeah, I'm just gonna smite him.
Okay.
Yeah.
For how much?
For all of it. No, let's see. Sorry, because super high level.
Nope, it's complicated. A lot happens.
Well, this is going to be gross.
You can go ahead and describe it to me because I'm pretty sure he's not going to make it out of this.
No one's going to make it out of
that. So he turns to run from Azazel's magical compulsion, and Averin does what?
42 points of force damage.
Describe to me what happens to the man, Averin, as he attempts to flee.
I whip the greatsword off of my back for the first time, and I just stab him gingerly right in the back, and all of his skin melts off, leaving just a skeleton. And it just kind of keeps oozing off of him, and like it's gross. It starts forming a puddle of like kind of green bubbling goo.
He again has been liquefied, leaving just the one standing, Sir Granquin. Oh, was that it for you, Azazel, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, Sir Granquin.
Very well, I charge and strike, and I get a 22 with my first attack.
That is enough to hit him.
And I do 13 points of damage.
He is wounded but alive, deeply regretting his choices, but still alive.
Swing away again, and this time I get a 32, which I'm assuming hits.
That's a miss. No, I'm joking.
And I may repost. And I get 18 points of damage.
And with that, he just sort of slides forward and puts a bloody hand on your gleaming armor, Sir Granquin, as he slides to the ground. One last bit of disrespect as he slides into the next world.
Must have been raised in Thornhold. Ugh.
And with that,
my handkerchief, which is always nearby, and start to wipe my armor off.
And with that, your foes are defeated. One of them is still technically alive, laying at Kalila's feet there. Averin is yet to steal his soul. The rest of them are very dead.
Perhaps we should question this last one.
I agree.
And then we kill him.
Careful not to step in that.
Yeah.
Bora immediately is.
I was going to say outside where this odd puddle is of what Averin did to this man, is strange purplish black birds have flown down and landed and are like scooping up mouthfuls of it out there. And you see a nearby shopkeep is like,
hello.
First the birds, and now
still on the end of my greatsword.
First the birds, and now they're gonna get ants. Thanks a lot.
Nasira is looking at Hazaran as she tucks him up and goes, I saw the way you looked at Averin when he like pulled that soul out of that body, and no, you cannot hang out with him. The whole world will implode or something. Just
yes, but that's the point, Nasira. Imagine what we could all accomplish together.
No.
Listen, I won't leave you until you die a grisly death, and then I will try and find my way over to him.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes, but I will defend you, Nasira. You have a much nicer voice.
Why, thank you.
Yes, Bora, I think you were about to say something.
Yeah, as soon as like everything sort of clears, Bora is heading straight for the injured or the crispy person.
You see, like he is like very feebly still trying to reach out to touch you, Kalila. I mean, like you easily can sort of just take a step back. You know?
Yeah, just very slowly walk away and just like.
Oh, sorry. I meant
we-
the priest that was lightning bolted. That
Oh,
was
the lightning bolted priest. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see if he dead.
Are all the villains dead?
Except for this one guy right here.
One grievously injured but still alive guy. The
should I
other
kick
5
him?
are definitely dead. I'm alive, but I'm very badly burned.
He's on the ground.
not hard.
I can kick him.
Yeah.
You get there and he is unconscious, Bora, with a large burn. I guess I should probably see just how large that burn is. Correction, he dead.
Oh.
no, it is not a superficial burn. Like he's
Sure.
like burned through. That was very dramatic, by the way. The two of you are like counterspell.
So instead, Bora will take this time to sort of examine his clothing and the surroundings to try to see if she can get a clue of who this person was or why they would need help, type of thing. And that'll.
You can give me investigation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would also like to make an investigation check to loot all the bodies that are left, the ones that haven't had all their skin melted off.
Investigation.
Can we ask him some questions?
He is like very much still just trying to like reach out and touch you. Like
Should
I
I
mean,
just-
again,
Should I kick him or should we ask him questions?
Ask.
Yeah, find out where he came from. Yeah, real quick. And then we kill
I
him.
like lean down a little bit, but out of his reach. What do you... Who sent you?
I will return you to the master if you desire.
Who's your master?
A Sarah-Rack.
Oh yeah. Let's go to your master. Let's do that. Let's go. I'm on board. I got nothing to do. How about you guys?
Yes.
I got a floating purple specter of his friend behind me.
I've cleared my calendar.
I'd rather get out of here while we can. I don't like people trying to convert me, especially Pelorians.
This is personal for me. I have to take revenge upon the master of the servant who sullied my armor.
Right. So where is the Sarah? How do we get there?
When you say you don't want any Pelorians trying to convert you, Kalila, right behind you, one of the monks has come forward with some like handwritten tracts. And like right when you say that, just start to slowly walk backwards.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? Like he's right there the whole time.
Azazel, you notice that as you're searching these people, most of them are humans. There's one elf, a couple half elves. The only thing of note, and their bronze masks, which all look slightly different, don't seem to be like magical or special in any way. It's more just designed to make them seem faceless. The most important thing you notice is all of them wear necklaces of an odd flat black stone that vibrates with negative energy.
Would I know if those are okay to touch?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 26.
You know, this is an amulet of attunement, which makes it possible for a living thing to survive on the negative energy plane. I would say with a 26, you know, it is a plane of literally anti-life. If you just roll in, you will start dying immediately. This makes it possible to go there.
Do I know if I remove it from their body, if it will trap them there?
No, this would make it possible for you to go there safely. It's like a deep sea diving suit or like a space suit, you know, that would like keep the wearer of this alive in that environment.
So if they, before we murder ball them, if they were to have gone there, they could still be alive.
Right. Whoever is wearing it can go there and live through it. If not, you will start dying immediately. It's a protective measure.
But they obviously did not use it before they got killed.
Oh no, you're not on the negative energy plane. You're in Sickle. This is fine here. Like imagine if it's literally going into space. It's like think of it as a spacesuit.
Sure.
Like
Okay. Okay, great.
If we
You
there's
follow me?
6 of them,
Yes.
there's 6 of us. If we were each to take one of these, we could successfully go to their master and not immediately be killed.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
oh that's nice. Yeah.
There seem to be 6 of these.
Except one of the guys is alive, but I'll take yours, living guy,
Yeah.
just to watch you die slowly.
Living guy, how do we get there?
Planar magic. There are many doors in Sigil.
Name one.
Doors to everywhere. He is starting to get woozy because he was stabbed repeatedly.
I slap him in the face. Hey, focus up. You have a long life. Just tell me which door will take us there.
And you see the old man, Father Falcon, that came to you in the first place, is like, oh, the negative energy plane. We might be able to divine the proper entrance if you heroes will go through and defeat a Sararak yet again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would just stick my dagger in the other guy then. Sorry, no need of you. He's already dead. I had something for this. I cast Dance Macabre, and I make all of the bodies rise up, and their flesh also liquefies into like a purplish kaleidoscope of green goo as well. And I now have 5 skeletons and a specter.
Averin, you see from some of these priests guiding bolts just come erupting and blasting. Just get, by the might of Palor.
They're all Palor approved. I talked to them myself.
So it's Palor this and Palor that.
The specter that you've made, does it still have any of its memories of life, or is it just a specter?
It's kind of hazy because they say like it has no ties to its former life, but also it has unfinished business. I'm like, that's
right.
I don't know how to work that specter.
Those are 2 very different states.
Those are 2 very different states.
I will say, your specter that you all see floating there, Averin, sort of like looks down at this dead body, or I guess these dancing skeletons, although they really do blast them. Hang on, let's see. They destroy 4 of the skeletons before you say anything.
I cast magic to help you. This is why Palor is a bunch of crap. It's like you just react to everything.
I feel like necromancy in the holy sanctum is like a valid reaction, though. Averin,
they just cast guiding bolt in my presence. I feel like that's offensive.
I feel thankful it didn't hit you.
The specter is floating there and is like, it tells the truth. Sararak, welcome you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
All of you.
You could have just sent a card or something. Instead of like 6 of you to.
Did you ever think of saying like, hello, would you like to come see a Sararak? We've been like, we could have done that, but then now you're...
Maybe I have cake and pie.
Yeah. Now you work for me forever.
I was misinformed. I was told there'd be punch and pie.
To be fair, killing you all was a lot more fun, though.
Purple looks good on you, though, right? And look, all your headless friends.
It looks at you vaguely offended, Nasira, and yet, what's it gonna do? You know, it already lost. So, Nasira, as you say that, you do hear Hazaron again. It's like, tell me the truth. Is it embarrassing that I did not take ahead as quickly and cleanly as Granquin did?
No, you're valid.
I could not bear the embarrassment. I wounded them on purpose, Nasira. Look, now they are a source of information. That is why I kept him alive.
Yeah, it was that. You did a good thing, buddy.
Nasira, in your head, you hear my voice. Is he always this needy?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Sensitive.
The priest rolls out an almost impossibly big map because in Sigil there are doors to literally everywhere. and it's got this like nonsensical, almost checkerboard pattern. And he's like, "Woo, yeah, by my estimate, oh, by the light of Palor, that one, where?" And he just points at one of the doors. That should take you where you need to go.
Well, perhaps we should grab some of these amulets and head on over.
Bora, I will say, when you inspected the red robed man, there
Got
was
a 10
nothing
on
of
that.
yeah. You're like, no, he works out, like he lifts.
Ooh.
No, there's nothing of note. It seems like all of his personal effects are missing. His robes were ripped and singed. He very much looked like he had beat a running escape from somewhere. Also, although it's difficult to tell from him being now dead with a smoking crater of a lightning bolt in his chest, you're a warrior. You've known warriors. His strength was not equal. Biblically, his strength was not equal to yours. Yeah,
that's good to know, and I'll just store that. Should have taken him arm wrestling.
Literally, yeah, 100%, definitely now.
But she'll definitely start, as the plan was mentioned, start collecting these necklaces and distributing them.
They have brought us all gifts.
Although with the living guy, I'd like to just lean down and just be like, "Hey, look me in my good eye. You're gonna hand that over, or I'm gonna smack it off of you."
I think Averin already killed the living guy.
Yeah. Oh,
when you weren't looking.
Kind of just
right. Oh, it was to that guy.
Yeah,
sorry.
There was only the one. Yeah.
Unless you're like the skeleton's still like working.
Yeah, it's true. Like I'll say that's the one skeleton that remained, just standing there with the necklace on.
Cool. Then I'll be like, "Give it."
You don't need it.
True.
Good skeleton.
And is it all you all's intent to go through the door that has been pointed to the negative energy plane? Which, I mean, come on, that sounds very enticing, right? Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Can we all like hang out for like, I don't know, 10 minutes? Like,
yeah.
A little short rest action.
Maybe a little short rest action. All of you can give me either knowledge history or knowledge religion.
Ooh.
Yes.
I produce have my bag of holding a broom and hand it to the skeleton, and I busy it about ineffectively trying to mop up all the flesh and blood, but I'm purposely having it just smear it further.
A bizarre reddish rat has sort of like crept in, like kind of like hesitant over the daylight spell, but like very much coming forward with this like weird snuffly nose, and just like eating up the pasted people.
Good boy.
Yes, that looked like a natural 20 face over there.
I got a nat 20.
Hey.
On two things that I should not have scored high on, so I'm very happy.
Sometimes the dice say All right, so give me a percentile. Let's see how much money we're donating to the cheering.
I rolled a 77.
77. Did you say that was your second natural 20?
That was my first. The other one was when you rolled against me.
Ah, got it. Right. Okay, cool. Just making sure. All right.
Not that not that I'm not letting it go.
Yeah. Hashtag not bitter. No, I was just making sure that I had it written down for the kids.
Gotcha. For the kids.
Was that history or religion that was on though?
History.
All right. So, you know a few things. Did anybody else get north of 20, especially on religion? Bora, maybe?
I got 23 on history.
23 on history, 14 on religion. All right. Anybody else roll? I'm kind of going to give you like the sum total of what you guys know. Nothing for you, Averin? Not a book boy?
Yeah. I'll
yeah, you're all welcome to. I mean, again, Nasira, you're far traveled. You hear things. You never know. The fates might smile on you.
Nasira
I know people.
Got a 9. She doesn't know anything now.
Yeah, 21.
Right. Yeah, you're like, why would you go to a place that is literally death? Like that's not. Yeah, what you know is not to go there, Nasira. Yeah.
To relax. I mean, it's empty.
All right, so you all, but between all of you, you know some things. You know that the negative energy plane is a lightless void of anti-life that is home to numerous types of undead. Living creatures that enter the negative energy plane without protection against the effects of the negative energy wither and die and become wraiths. The use of positive energy on the negative energy plane, including cure spells, is impeded. Distances are hard to judge, light is muted, there is no breathable air, and gravity is subjectively directional. Powerful liches and vampires have carved out small kingdoms for themselves in small doldrums on the negative energy plane. Wraiths, specters, and wights are often found in their service, and others freely wander the plane. Some things that you know about Acererak himself are Acererak was a powerful demi-lich, many associated with the deadly dungeon aptly named the Tomb of Horrors. While brave adventurers still occasionally enter the Tomb of Horrors, it is widely believed that Acererak moved on to grander schemes beyond the material plane. Acererak is rumored to have constructed a horrific fortress at the edge of the negative energy plane before ascending to something even more powerful, but the creature's vestige still remains. You all, again, after you take your short rest, a wild Megan has appeared. Hi, Megan. Sophia's just passed by in the, in the sanctum.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sophia's
okay.
cameo
I love
there.
you. Oh, you
Okay,
want to take
right.
it?
Right. Sorry. Random snarf. As you all proceed through the doorway, presumably after having taken your short rest, you can hit short rest on your sheets there, and made it in. You all appear in a nightmarish place. It is deeply gloomy, lit from an ambient spectral light of nowhere in particular, but it is crushing and cold against you. As although the amulet protects you, it is like the very life that is animating you is being drawn out through your very pores, like you would wither and die in mere minutes otherwise.
But is my
There
specter
are
feeling great?
Oh no, your specter looks like Bode, like he is jacked. Right? Yeah, right. There are ambient specters and ghosts floating nowhere in particular in all directions around you. And up ahead, you see a large looming fortress that looks like a 50-foot broken tower floating on a chunk of rock in the infinite void. And that is a good place for us to take a little break. But before we do, a couple of things. Again, remember our sponsors. First of all, is our giveaway ready? Has the giveaway happened? I haven't seen chat. So production overlords, let us know if the giveaway has already happened or if they need to do it now. Again, thank you to Sirenscape. Thank you to Hero Forge. Thank you to Idle Champions for making this possible. I will tell you now that giveaway number 2, when we come back from the break, will be Mithril Armory 1020 foldable dice. Interesting. Mithril Army 1020 foldable dice. And I will tell you how to enter for that when we come back. So, yeah. Giveaway. Hopefully, this is not me at all stalling for my production overlords to tell me if the first giveaway has already happened or not. Hey, it looks like Saul just won. So there you go, Saul just you just won. GG. So we are going to take a quick 10 and we will come back. Again, they're gonna have a word with Acererak. He's gonna have like made Girl Scout cookies. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And we will be right back. Thank you for your donations. Don't forget, give. Every little bit counts, even $1. Bits, all of it. Take it all. It helps the kids.
All the kids.
This is my Are We Live Yet dance. My Axl Rose dance. Yeah. Okay. The Sweet Child O' Mine dance. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, I could like Sweet Child O' Mime. Could I? Are we? Yeah.
Oh,
No.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Negative
There
energy
already?
playing, sucking the life out of you already. There
Yeah.
it is.
It's weird that you're a dad.
Working.
Yeah, it's a horrific dad warlock. This is high level warlock dad play. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Welcome back. I've been joined by these wonderful people here, both for Founders and Legends 3, which is an honor to be a part of, but also we're raising money for Extra Life. The link is in the chat. We do have another giveaway here, which is important that I say. You have to be in chat to win. You can only enter once. The second one is 3 Mythrol Armory Try 20 foldable dice. So enter Mythrol, which is Mythroll, Mythrol, into the chat to be entered to win. You can only enter once. If you enter more than once, you will be disqualified. Stop it, Todd. You cannot has. Don't even try, because I already did try, and then I got disqualified. So, yes, please add that in.
Know me.
Again, just because I know you doesn't mean I know you. I get it. Also, thank you all for tuning in. You could be literally anywhere in the world and you're hanging out with us. Thank you. Also, thank you for your generous donations to Extra Life, which again is helping make a difference for some sick children. Again, literally every little bit you submit helps. Every dollar counts. So don't feel bad if you can only donate a little bit. It all adds up. And of course, please signal boost. We often say if you can't donate, please signal boost. But honestly, even if you can donate, please signal boost. And we will be playing games all day today, both celebrating Dungeons & Dragons and the legacy of Gary Gygax, but also trying to make a difference in the meantime. So, that being said, our heroes had gathered at the Avernus to for what was sure to be calm, uneventful day. Arm wrestling angels, watching some tieflings swinging from the chandelier as one does on a Saturday in Sigil, where time is a flat circle, literally. And you all were called upon by a holy man of Palor, who said a wizard had appeared. He believed he teleported into the sanctum, who was burned and fleeing something, who had only nonsensically rambled about a Sararak, who very much should be dead, in the name of Averin, who very much should be dead. You all went to the Temple of Palor to investigate, picked up some interesting reading materials. Kalila, maybe. Maybe. You already got the sun behind you. You're halfway there. You're halfway. Just let Palor happen.
It's just don't be pushy.
It's true. He's very insistent with his Palor-ness.
They're just so in your face about it.
While you all were there attempting to talk to the man who had escaped, you were attacked by 6 cultists, which although you were able to slay them, it was not before one of them took this red wizard's life, although another one of them had his soul extracted and now is a servant of the warlock Averin. You all found out that a Sararak apparently has built yet another tower or a keep or a fortress of some sort of machination of attaining godhood yet again. And with the assistance of the holy people of Palor, you all found the right door in Sigil, the city of doors, to reach the negative energy plane, now with the proper protection that you acquired from the dead cultists. And as you have appeared in this horrific forsaken place, a jagged chunk of rock floats silently in the dark void. A tall, narrow tower of glossy black iron rises into the darkness. Turrets cling to the side of the tower at varying heights, each with a single tall, narrow window. Part of a twisted flyaway bridge juts out from one of the turrets about halfway up the tower, but ends abruptly. You all find yourself looking at the sundered Tower of Moyle. And this is where you find yourselves, heroes, surrounded by death and darkness.
Oh, I have that spell. It's good to see the location from it. Yeah.
Have I heard of this tower before?
You rolled crazy high on your Arcana before, if I recall. So I'm gonna say that you have. And also, I just clicked away from the things that you would know about it. You do know this tower was once a part of a cluster of several other matching towers in the cursed demiplane city of Moyle. That broken flyaway bridge once connected it to what was called the Tower of Health. All of you can give me either history or arcana check. Because again, you all have had storied, adventurous lives. Who knows where you've been?
19.
19.
Or I got an 8.
8. No, boy, this place looks stupid. All of it's stupid. Why, like,
Smash it.
Nasira?
How much for Nasira? Sorry.
22.
22. All right. Anybody beat 22?
I got a 16.
Nasira, you've been to the Tower of Health. It was literally like you've been to the Tomb of Horrors. The Tower of Health was like going back to the Tomb of Horrors. It was Sararak he's doing a thing. He just, again, that guy's literally been beaten like 8 times. Like, but again, he should be dead this time. The last time should have been the last time. So this makes less sense. Like previously, you know, you always think, oh, we've really got him this time. But in the back of your mind, you were like, maybe there was another phylactery, maybe, you know, but no, the last time should have been the last time. So this does not make sense that this is here right now.
Like a bad penny.
Yeah, none of this is making sense. Maybe there's more than one, maybe no, that's not it. There's
like 16
really hate
of me,
this guy.
so yeah.
Does it seem like there's an entrance on this ground level?
You look, and there is a drawbridge that leads up to a heavy iron gate. But something in your gut as you look at it, Bora, just screams trap. It looks too easy. You're like, no, just walk up and knock. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure there's not like terrible death poison or anything of the sort.
Oh, I found the way in. Averin, do you want to go and check
No,
this door?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Check.
Does
Oh,
this
wait.
impenetrable fortress have a window of some kind?
I think in the description.
You're like in the fade in, I seem to recall the windows.
So
you notice the tower has 5 levels. The highest window is on the 4th level. The 5th level does not have an external facing window.
Oh, that's dirty pool. Okay, let's go up. Let's go up. I don't want to go on a drawbridge. They're very unreliable and they can like be drawn, you know. And portcullises, when they fall on you, hurts so much. You can all now fly. So I cast the flight spell. Like, did you all feel better? I know we're like, you know, in the worst place in the entire universe, but now, you know, the lightens the load.
I feel like Averin's spellcasting is very much just that. Like, he's doing these wondrous things. We're like, oh, yeah, you can fly now. It's like, oh.
That's typable component.
By the way.
Yeah, Kalila, you were about to say something?
I'll wait till we reach our destination to do the thing that I want to do.
So
doing this high wire like spins like just through the air. She's like cartwheeling. She's heard legend of flying tieflings, but she herself is not one. So she's doing this right now.
Yeah, I can cast fly, but I appreciate not having to do so, and you doing it for me. So, thanks, buddy.
So in this place, gravity is more of a suggestion than a law. So all of you give me athletics checks. Let's see how well you fly.
Oh my.
Yes, you have slipped the surly bonds of earth, but that does not mean I like where this is headed, Nasira.
Natural
I like that
20.
face.
It's a natural one.
Pew, 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 pew.
Wow.
For the kid.
For the
For
kids.
the kids.
Roll the percentile.
Oh, yes.
That's a natural 1 for Nasira. Excellent. Great. Excellent.
25.
25. That's very accurate.
That's-
Very accurate.
26 for Bora.
26
Athletics she
for
can do.
So Granquin,
Azazil's an 11.
11. Okay.
Strength is not my thing.
The Granquin gets a 21.
And Averin.
I got 16.
So you all see, you all sort of lift off gracefully, flying towards your destination. You know, maybe bouncing off the odd rock on the way up, like every anime cow that you've ever seen. Wait,
I'm sorry,
Bora.
anime what?
Cow. Yeah.
Mhm.
Although I've just come to a terrible realization, Bora.
Hmm.
You have in fact made a holy cow.
I have made a holy cow. Thank you for that.
No. Thank you for that.
Moo.
And as you all go floating wonderfully up into the air, Azazel very much begins this baby deer pensive thing that maybe you didn't realize you were afraid of heights until now.
Yeah, I definitely never realized I was afraid of heights, but simultaneously, Azazel is very excited to feel this magic she hasn't really felt before. So it's a deer stumble and also a oh.
It's like that, like when the toddler takes those first couple steps and even they're surprised. They're like, wow, whoa, hey, this is working. Wait, but you, ooh, ah. And then Nasira bolts straight towards the front door. When you all go up, she goes out that way. I will give you guys one chance to intervene before she plummets headfirst into setting off the very trapped front door.
I think since Bora knows the consequences of that, we'll immediately change course. If possible.
Yeah, it's I will let you roll again with advantage, Nasira, as they're kind of like, oh, Hedgie, oh.
Not that way.
Is she within 30 feet of me?
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to cast Gust to push her out of the way so that she goes on a different trajectory.
That's fun.
So everybody's like, and then this wind just sort of like roll. So roll with advantage there, Nasira.
And it was a dex?
Yes, athletics, specifically the athletic skill.
Okay. Let's see. Where's my athletics? Okay, there we go.
Should be the top skill in the list.
That's
or it's not the top. It's one of the top, but yes, you have a significant bonus to that one.
That's a 26.
So you're like a complete, bum over tea kettle, tumbling forward. In Hazaran is very much like, this is not the proper direction, Nasira.
You need a diet. That's what this is. Do you know how much you weigh?
You always liked it before. And then as they're trying to catch you, this gust of wind sort of just like pushes you straight up the side of the tower, kind of upside down still. Struggling to right yourself as you come up. Yeah. But you are very aware that your friends definitely leapt to your defense.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, try not to go through the traps. Just a piece of advice.
I will try to remember that next time. Do you see what you've done? Do you see this?
Nasira, as you're twisting to sort of scold Hazaran, his sheath chips a rock off of the edge of the tower, which plummets downward and hits right on the drawbridge with a loud crack. And you see out of the door this horrific blackish green ooze starts just leaking out, and you hear as it begins filling out over the drawbridge.
I think we missed that.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that would have been unpleasant.
See?
Yep.
Drawbridges are awful. Everyone takes the drawbridge.
Now, how do you all intend to approach this fourth window? Do you intend to just Leroy Jenkins through and start throwing fireballs? Are you trying to do it sneaky? What's the plan? You are approaching, but what's the plan?
I'm sending my best boy Wraith in.
Can I check using my ghostly gaze, see what is behind that entire area, like including the window?
You absolutely can. Let me just read what that is. In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing?
I also have that particular ability. So.
Oh, sweet.
And I think Bora's gonna wait back and see what the Wraith does, or how it affects the Wraith. So she'll hover.
All right.
It's a specter.
Sorry,
I misspoke. I misspoke.
Granquin, what are you doing?
I am quietly observing, looking
All
fascinated
right.
while I do.
All right.
Can I cast detect thoughts for the area within the tower past the window?
You absolutely can. And what is Nasira going to do?
I'm gonna lose my mute button. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get that and not be able to talk. I would like to. I feel like this would be a good time to use greater invisibility on myself, so that I can't be seen when I roll another natural one.
Got it. The moment you vanish, you hear Hazaran's like, "Oh, good, they can't see me. I was so embarrassed." You, Kalila, not only can hear him, can still super see him with your ghostly, because you can see through their invisibility. They're right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you, I'll start, as Aziel, first, you do detect thoughts. There are 3 sentient beings just on the other side of this window. The surface thoughts of 2 of them are, "Oh, can't wait for this to be finished so we can get out of this place." And the third person is like, "Anytime now, they'll let down their defenses and I will make my escape. I will be free from this place. They cannot keep me forever." Is the thoughts you detect. Kalila, Avren, I know you said you've got that ghostly gaze. Are you using it currently? Or okay, right.
No, I'm not using it. I can only do it once per short rest.
Kalila, again, outside of these towers, there are like very large turrets just sort of like placed incrementally along the floor. As you are looking into this room now, you can see it's a large machine of some sort. It's difficult to tell what it is, but there are places on the machine to like restrain people to it, and you can see sentience. You can see a human, an elf, a couple of halflings all bolted into it, and they all look dead or unconscious. You see a woman that looks like a beautiful Eladrin. Normally, under different circumstances, she would literally be sparkling, but in the oppressive weight of this place, she looks very like dull and wilted. But for those of you that aren't familiar with Eladrin, they're basically super elves. She's got very fine chiseled features, but she looks particularly slight. Eladrin can be very tall. They can be 10, 12 feet. She's 6, maybe 7, with elaborate tattoos all up her arms. And she is wearing heavy chains. She's clearly being forced to do something. And you also see 2 other people that look like elves, but they are clearly dead. They've got sunken in eyes and grayish skin and long fangs. And one of them is just standing there looking at her somewhat dismissively, just sort of like, yeah, you can't make out what it's saying to her, but you can see it's very much like, "Go on, do it." And the other one is working away at that machine, doing something that you're not quite sure what it is.
Okay. I will, because I can only do this one-on-one, but I will relay all of that information telepathically to each person for the sake of not creating too much noise.
Yes. So you all are aware that basically just inside the window is 2 vampires and a trapped Eladrin of some sort. You can give me your perception there, Azazel. Or not Azazel, Kalila, sorry, okay. Kalila, sorry. I'll give you perception also, Azazel, because you heard their thoughts, so.
21.
Nat 20, so
hey.
We get the donation, and that makes it a 22.
All right, hold on a second.
Do I get to roll my percentage?
Oh, absolutely.
For the nat 20. 88!
Hey, all right.
Nice.
I apologize, y'all. I got into some gummy bears, and I know it's terrible, so I'm like incrementally muting, but now I can't stop because I have them.
I want gummy bears.
D&D ASMR.
I'm like, hey everybody, we're gonna eat some gummy bears today. Yeah, thank you.
Tinglies.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you for joining us. Okay, that was 88, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I will say with your natural 20, you know a few things. Since you were detecting the surface thoughts. What was that you got there on that one, Kalila?
21.
21. This Eladrin is a Giselle. They're like knights errant of the Eladrin. Oftentimes they go out and they're sort of they're almost like the Jedi of the Eladrin, where they're more likely to interact with mortals. They're quite frankly more likely to give a damn about mortals. Eladrin are good, but they're so like, we live 10,000 years, like we don't care about your mortal problems type thing. The Giselles do, like it's like you might only have a human lifespan, but you still deserve like, peace and happiness. So they're more likely to get involved in mortal affairs. You also know these other two vampires, again, were elves once, but they're not anymore, and there is nothing good left in them. And with that natural 20 with detecting thoughts, I will say you can dive a little deeper than just the surface. That machine is stealing souls from people. It's not clear why. Like souls as a power supply, because what kind of monster would do that, huh, Abram? But yeah, when you realize that, it's kind of terrifying because these things are all over this tower. There's no way to know how many people are in here or how many people have been in here or what that machine is for. Well, you know what it's for, but what the soul power is for.
Am I within close enough physical distance to convey this to everyone without being too loud?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not yelling, you very easily can talk to each other out here.
Yeah. They are stealing souls in there. For what purpose, I do not know.
Is that all?
Which we have to stop, Avrin.
Oh yeah, no. Right, I misheard. We're heroes.
This time, I guess.
Everyone, you only feed evil souls to your machines.
Yeah, right? There's a whole like questionnaire, and then if they fail, then you get fed.
Well,
I mean, look, he's not complaining. Floating inspector.
If you want souls, there's 2 vampire Eladrin in there that would, I think, look great in your collection or whatever you call it.
Are there any innocents in there? That kind of thing. Do you know? I don't feel like innocent people would be in there right now, right?
There does.
There are yes.
Unless they are.
Yeah. Yes. There is definitely the one living captive for sure. It is not clear whether or not the people that attached to the machines are still alive, but you detected no thoughts from them as Aziel. So they may be dead, they may be unconscious, or whatever the machine is doing to them may just have them inert. But she is definitely alive and definitely not on their side.
As the conversation's happening, Bora's gonna float over to Sir Granquin and pull you over and say, I'm not exactly sure how my magic will work in this realm, but you versus me, a strike fight, see how many we can get? To Sir Granquin.
I would love that.
You're on. And she holds out her arm again for like a Viking, and it's still confusing.
Can I see through the window enough to maybe cast a spell?
You can, but so far it seems like they don't know you're there. If you cast a spell, they very much will. So.
Okay. Are we doing the stealthy thing? I don't know. They're vampires. It's hard to sneak up on a vampire.
I think Bora and I should just float in and start swinging.
Here we go.
Absolutely. And I've got a really fun idea I'm not going to tell you about. But it's going to be great. Everyone's going to be happy and everything's going to be fine.
Right then.
You fly in and I'm going to make a little circle and talk to some folks.
Sounds like a plan. And Leroy Jenkins is.
Sarah, sing and stab? We gonna sing and stab this?
Yeah, and Nasira's kind of floating next to Avern's floaty guy, kind of looking at him. She's like, "Do you have a name? What's your name?" And you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna call you Brad. And she goes, "Yeah, sing and stab it is."
Imagine he has like no jaw.
You see the specter of Brad is just like, you know, like looking at himself and like, yeah, because he is like all carved up as a specter in the negative energy plane, far more than he was in his doughy human life. Yeah, then give me initiative, y'all.
I'm gonna send him in with Bora and Sir Leroy Grenquin.
I would have just gone with the same initiative as before, but since Bora had a 1, I'm gonna give you a chance to clean that up, bro. So,
because she does have good initiative. She just got a 22.
Yep. Hey, it bees like that sometimes.
Oh,
all right.
I love
hold on a second. It's 22 for Bora, 5 for Avrin, dirty 20 for Grainquin. Azazel?
10.
10. Nasira?
8.
8. Yeah, no, you're like super looking at Brad. Like, wait a minute. Like, who are you posing for? Like, what are you even doing? Kalila, was that 12 this time or 12 from last time?
It was 19.
19. Okay. Because I had it written here, but lost track of myself.
No worries.
All right, let me rearrange y'all. Either way, Bora is first, and Bora, that makes sense because you guys were Team Leroy Jenkins, and you got the highest initiative. So, Grainquin first, and then it is Bora first, and then Grainquin.
Yeah, Bora's just gonna fly right in there. She's got her warhammer at the ready, and as she crosses the threshold of this window, she's casting stone skin. So it's almost as if she's passing into the tower itself. She turns to stone as well, and then lands and sort of assesses. If
I was gonna say it was super metal, but it's super stone. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that an action or a bonus action for stone skin?
That's an action.
As you come flying in, they turn and look at you and are like, and you see the Eladrin like very much like tenses up. You feel like she very much like tests the chains like immediately, like, oh, we're about to.
And as soon as that, like, she gets this lay of the land, she lands directly in the middle, trying to get sort of equidistant from everybody.
Perfect. Grainquin, I would say you kind of have a one vampire at 12 o'clock, one vampire at 3 o'clock, and the Giselle is kind of right in the middle.
Got it.
Okay.
I will go for the vampire at 3 o'clock.
Alrighty. Roll it.
Stab and slash away I shall do.
Mm-hmm.
My first attack, I get a 19.
Let's see. 19 is enough to hit.
Great. I shall, with my Vorpal sword, throw 18 points of damage its way.
All right. What type of damage is that, by the way?
Slashing.
Okay.
Magical slashing.
Magical slashing. Cool.
My next roll is a natural 20 for the children.
For the children.
Huzzah!
Which is how much for the
Well, for the 28 points of damage, crit total.
28. With that Vorpal sword, that's gonna be something quite different, my friend. So,
do vampires die once their heads are removed? I suppose they do.
Almost everything dies once its head is removed. Yeah. And there's no save. If you do a natural 20, you take its head, right?
No, gargoyles don't. In fact, that's their entire thing.
Yeah.
Correct. That is correct. So therefore, you see.
You all. Sorry. No, please. What were you saying there, Sir Grainquin? Sorry.
To say, with my second strike, you see the head simply, with the strange gravity of the area, sort of go upwards and then bounce off the ceiling several times before it just sort of floats off.
It is like a lost vampiric balloon. You all see Sir Gwenquin comes in and
Grab it.
slashes the head off. And you see the Eladrin looks at you and goes, yes! It starts like really like violently trying to rip at her chains to get away. Roll percentile to see how much money there is for the kids. Sir Granquin.
Give me a good number. 57.
57, excellent. Let me get that in there for you again. 57 for the kids. And then that is Kalila.
But I still have 2 more attacks.
Oh yes, so you do have 2 more attacks. Sorry, I apologize.
Turn my ire to the other vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And my first
Hashtag bars.
roll, I get an 18.
An 18 is enough to hit it, yes.
12 points of damage. And
Okay.
my final strike shall be a 22. I'm
Also
assuming-
enough to hit it.
And only 11 points of damage.
You notice that when you stab into it and the blade bites deeply, it does not bleed. It just looks at you and hisses. In Kalila, it is your turn.
Okay. Before doing my thing, I didn't mention before, but I have Among the Dead. So, do I need to say what that is, or can I just move on?
I'm like, not for me, for the people watching that don't know,
Oh,
because
yes,
I like
yes.
super do, of course, yeah.
Okay, cool. So cool. Yes. So I have advantage on saving throws against any disease, and if an undead targets me directly with an attack or a spell, that creature must make a Wisdom saving throw of DC 17. On a failure, they must choose a new target or waste the attack or spell. On a success, if you target the creature with an attack or spell, the creature is immune to this effect for 24 hours. Okay.
Got it. So they can't hurt you unless you attack them first.
Yes.
Well, I mean, they have to try to
They have to try.
attack you.
Yeah, they have to
Right.
make a save.
Got it. You watch Sir Granquin has taken the head of the first vampire and is visibly beating the second vampire. And what would you like to do?
I also imagine we're flying and doing this too.
Yeah, no, it's very cinematic, but like awkwardly though. Like I mean, like you're like, and then like your legs go over you. You're like, wait, hang on.
I guess so. If the other vampire is in melee with Sir Granquin.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I don't want to hit him by accident. So I'm going to actually go over to
he can take it. Cloud kill. Do it. I dare you. Bet you won't. Bet you're scared.
No. Don't kill your party. I'm going to go over to the. I'm going to go over to the Eladrin.
Mm-hmm.
And try to check her out, like what's keeping her trapped.
There are heavy chains that are into the floor, and you can see there is enough of a length of chain that she probably can make it around the room. Like you figure she can probably make it to the machines. Otherwise, she's sort of stuck here and tethered.
Okay. I guess I'll ask her how long have you been here?
She hold on 1 second here. Let me make sure I tell you the right thing. Yeah, she is a Gailey, by the way. I was saying that wrong. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong now. Ghaeele. Gailey? Gailey? Yeah, you guys know what I know. It's a type of Eladrin. All right. Here, I'm right it there in chat, so everybody can you can all have a chance to chew on that one. That's the type of Eladrin she is. She looks at you and she says, "My name is Rain Moon. Help me escape this terrible place and I will fight for you."
Well, we're trying. As soon as we get this other guy dead, we'll try to get you out of here.
Yes, please.
But for the time being, I'm going to stay near her to try to protect her from being.
She does say to you when you're there talking to her, she's like, "No, they have my jar. It is the bell jar. You must recover it. That is the only way I can be freed."
The bell jar?
Yes.
Where is it?
Like, I don't know. It is in this room or the next one somewhere.
Is
I
it
could not reach it or I would have already done it.
Is it small? Is it large?
She's like, her hands are manacled, you know? She's like,
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll try to look for it, and I will, as long as nobody's like directly attacking me, I will I'll try to look for it.
All right, you can give me a perception check.
Okay. That is a 22.
You do see up on one of the high shelves, there is something that looks like a jar, like she said, that's almost shaped like a bell.
Are we all still flying?
Yep.
Can I fly towards it?
You can fly to, but you won't get to it. She's very much like, I can't find my jar. And you're like, there's a jar.
Yeah.
Right. Head in that direction. Okay.
Yes.
And now it is the vampire's turn. Since it is in the process of getting worked by Sir Stabs a lot. Let's see, it is going to have a word with you.
I stand by Leroy Grinkrin.
Valid. Literally self-validating. This is my own fault for clicking around through things. I lost my own place. What is your AC, Sir Grunquin?
19.
It just looks at you and hisses and throws two like very quick punches, which you manage to swoop. But I mean, you hear them fly past your head. You realize this thing hits very hard. It's like, woof, woof. You will never stop our work. Your soul will feed the engines.
Well, I think I just reduced your workforce by 50%.
Azazel, it is your turn.
Oh, but if he missed, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I can repost, and I think I shall.
Yes, have at it.
Spend a superiority dice point and repost against this foul vampire.
That's a fighter.
That is. That's what they do.
I get a 33.
That's a miss. No. Okay, yeah, that is enough to hit it. Yes.
And hold on, I get 20 points of damage, but let me double check and make sure I think I can add my superiority dice to that as well?
I believe you can, because I don't think that's on an action. I think it's on a hit, I believe. I have not played many fighters, but I believe.
At level 20, my die is an extra 12. I only rolled a 2, but he gets 22 more points of damage.
You stab, and it looks at you and goes, blood all over you, Sir Grunquin.
Who knows whose blood this is?
As it slides down your blade to the floor.
Oh, the vampire does?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Excellent.
And you all are there in the room.
Where it happened.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I wiped the blood off your face as a Grunquin with my hand. Yeah, no problem. And then I immediately draw a circle on the wall.
Does no one have prestidigitation here?
Yeah, one second about that. So we could use a bit more
yeah,
help
I do
than
actually.
floaty.
So does Nastira.
Are you feeling a little gross?
Yes, quite.
All right, just and then as I'm like reaching for the jar, I'm like, oh, kidding. 1 sec, and then.
Yeah. See, in this environment, like the blood kind of comes off and the droplets just sort of float there, just because you kind of step back out of it, Sir Grunquin, and you see sort of like the outline of a bloody U there. Yep. And you see, you grab the what is that you're summoning here?
I'm making a summoning circle on the wall
to summon a
with the vampire blood. This is probably gonna work way better with vampire blood.
That's powerful.
A moment later, you guys are like sort of like looking through this room, checking on the people, and Avron's like, cool, cool, cool. No, don't worry about it. It's fine. You see out of the wall, flames erupt, and this massive four-armed monstrosity comes out with two giant arms that end in crab claws, and two smaller arms with sharp, wicked claws on that as well, with a face that almost looks like some sort of demonic horse with long, curving horns that just like stomps in heavily and looks at you, Avron, and goes, "What do you want?"
Theragon, you're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna kill a bunch of vampires, some undead, that typical thing. The stuff we usually do.
Hi.
He looks right at Bora.
Sorry, this is Sir Granquin. This is
he looks
Bora.
right at Bora and goes, "You want me to kill that one?
No,
he
no.
smells too nice."
Well,
He'll
yes,
take
I
you
agree.
in an arm wrestling competition, though.
It holds out one of his gargantuan crab arms, and like, Bora, you really are like, and
But
Kill
she's
Bill
stone
music.
skin.
Yeah, he goes, "Maybe later. Wait, Avron, you sure you don't want me to kill any of them? Not even that one over there. Look, she's all sparkly. I could just..."
No, it's fine. And I appreciate it though. That's very kind. Always, yeah. You're just gonna be doing a little bit of muscle, maybe like clip a few vampire heads, that kind of thing. Remember Tuesday?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was Saturday, but the time passed differently.
No, that was Tuesday. Yeah, I know. Oof. Yeah, rough hours. All right, so.
Kalila, you do find this jar. You all, especially the spellcasters among you, recognize that it is a bell jar that keeps part of her essence bound.
Is that what this thing is?
Yes. That's why I can't leave. I've been making journeys into the negative plane for many years. On occasion, I find mortals wander in here and are unprepared, and I managed to get them out. But once they were waiting for me, they had some endangered people, and they was just meant to lure me in. Apparently, they do that. They let people escape on occasion to lure unsuspecting adventurers here.
Sound strategy.
Wait, why are you all here?
Have you heard of a Sararak?
You don't know. Oh, free me from this and I will tell you. Vital exposition.
Whoa. That sounds convincing to me.
What do I do with this
like
jar?
you're a Sararak now. Sounds like you want us to find you a bottle that you can't get to. Like, I don't know. We don't know you.
Bora's gonna go undo the chains, though. She's gonna start working out the mechanism.
And part of you always stays in this jar?
Yes.
Do we know if we can break the jar?
You can give me our Arcana checks, and you're all welcome too.
Okay.
24.
Well, if we destroyed the jar.
Not so good. Please don't.
It cannot be destroyed physically. You need to expose it to anti-magic, like an anti-magic shell or something of the sort. And that will release her.
That makes a bit more sense. I thought if I just dropped this, it would just...
Yeah, she's like, oh, yes, no, there's great cosmic power, inhibited living space, I suppose. No, yes, I understand your skepticism, but are you Avron?
Yeah, I am.
In Nasira, I've heard your stories far and wide, your songs, always singing about Sir Granglin. I love that one. It's just the
Granquin. Even in the negative material.
She's like,
Can she see me? Because I still haven't.
He gets so mad every time
looks right
somebody
at you,
says
yeah.
it wrong.
Oh, she can even see through my invisibility. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she looks right at you and says that. Yep. She's like, no, it's not Granquin. Nothing rhymes with that. No, it's Gronquan. Gronquan was the version of it that I liked. Yes.
Careful.
He gets so
I'm the one
upset.
with the sword here, and you're the one bound up.
How much was that on Arcana? Oh yes, you need to expose it to anti-magic, basically, to let her out. Does anyone have anti-magic shell?
Nope.
I sure don't.
Are there any other doors or ways out of this room?
There are. In fact, she says to you, she's like, wait, okay, you all might be able to help me. Perhaps you all the ones that are chosen to put an end to this. Here's what you need to understand. Yes, Sararak is dead. I was there.
Yay!
I watched it with my own eyes. There's only one problem.
Oh.
Yes, I know. It is very disappointing. What is your name, by the way?
Hi, I'm Bora.
Nice to meet you, Bora. I'm Rain Moon. It's all of you. Nice to meet you. So, right when she's about to start talking, Hazaron speaks up to you, Nasira, and is like, she's very long-winded for a captive.
I thought that too. But we'll let her finish. I'm not exactly in a hurry to, go fight this undead thing that should have been dead 17,000 times already and isn't. So we'll let her talk. We'll let her talk.
We must take at least one head, you know.
Yeah.
She says, okay, Sararak was here. This is where he planned out his fortress on the edge of the negative energy plane. But when he left a simulacrum of himself because he didn't trust anyone to watch his fortress except himself. Sararak left. He was defeated by heroes like all of you, and there was nothing left but this copy of him, which had all of his same ambitions. And he spent centuries figuring out how to use the soul forges to return himself into life. Sararak is dead, but his simulacrum has taken his place.
Very interesting.
Have you seen the simulacrum anywhere?
Yes.
Oh, now?
Yes. He doesn't leave. He can't leave. That's why he needs heroes like you to come here to power these machines so that he can become a demi-lich for himself and finally leave this place.
Excellent news.
Looks like we have a new target.
Yeah, are you coming with us, or are you just gonna hold on to that jar?
She hands it to you. She's like, if you find an opportunity to use anti-magic on it, I will be freed. Until then, I will be of little use to you.
Okay then.
Shall we go upstairs?
Onward.
She's
Let's
like,
go.
stops. She's like, wait. He might expect you coming that way, but his servants, she looks at the bobbling vampire head rolling along the ceiling. Was like, that was quite a blow you struck, friend warrior. They used a different passage. It was over there. And you see one of the machines that has what looks like a dead halfling strapped to it. She just points at it.
As opposed to a staircase going up, like an
No,
open stone.
it looks like she just points at the machine, and she's like, they had another way. It's over there. There is a staircase that goes up, but she's like, yawn.
So you want us to go into that little soul machine, and that's going to not kill us and teleport us to where we want to go?
No, there's a false door.
Oh, there's
behind
a
the
false
door
door.
lock.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
It's
Door.
supposed to be a
Because there's
clever
dead halflings.
man, is what I heard.
Dead
Stories.
halflings everywhere.
Maybe. It's,
Hey,
I don't.
Spectre.
Nasira, maybe you need to sing a song about this guy because
Bora's halfway into the machine, like, oh.
yeah. You have the Spectre take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. There's a door behind it.
Cool. Theragon, you go in first. I know it's gonna be a tight squeeze, but you're
He's like-
chunky boy.
He's like, oh yeah, finally, and he just walks over and like, boom, just sort of shoulder checks the engine. Azazel, give me an Arcana check. You too, Averin.
27.
27.
24.
Both of you, independent of each other, are looking at it, and you've put a lot of thought into godhood. You're like, let's extract the life. I guess there's condensers there into the crystal. Oh. Oh. with a little time and enough people to pour into it, you're like, Sarah Rack was onto something here.
Oh no, like
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm already on that.
Yeah.
Like that is the first thing I've been thinking about.
So while everyone else is, watching this demon go through the door, I'm just going to be inspecting these machines and copiously taking every note that I can as far as its dimensions, the different connectivity options, etc.
Yeah, because science. Yeah, the Glabrazoo, like, very, like, Bora, you're sure you'd have done it better. It's fine, and does in fact open this door and sort of like, and sort of like wedges his way through. Even though the point was kind of the element of surprise here, you very much hear like cracking and scraping as like his like carapace in this little tunnel, like.
I hope there's like plates in the tunnel and glass.
This is a tight fit in here, Avon. Why didn't you just call me in the real room, not to just like wedge myself into a tunnel passageway?
I didn't know. Okay, listen, I didn't know there's a little tiny door, and maybe you might try learn a tiny spell. You know, maybe that's on you, right?
You don't want me tiny. You want me big. All right.
Well, right now I kind of want you a little bit tiny.
Yeah, right now I want to be a little bit tiny myself.
Yeah, okay, well, we're having this discussion, and try to make less noise, okay? You're supposed to be stealthy. Be stealthy.
Why?
Use your stealthy brain.
Somebody's gonna be up here. Like, it's somebody I need to be afraid of.
Yeah, probably kill them. Yeah.
Yeah,
you don't need to be afraid of anybody. You're a big guy.
I mean, nothing's gonna be any worse than that. And he stops talking.
There's a gone? You okay in there?
A second later, you hear and a crab claw comes bouncing back down the stairs and just lands at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, so there's some bad news, everyone. Therazagon is no longer with us.
Can you like de-summon him, or is he like blocking the entrance now?
I look through down the hall.
Bora will too.
Everyone's like, you guys full Scooby-Doo? Like,
yeah.
There is a curved staircase, but you see like black demon blood coming down the stairs, and you can't see what's at the top of it.
Okay, I slowly walk over and look up the stairs.
Bora will walk with you.
There's a gun.
As you guys sort of like come up this way, give me a DC, give me a Constitution save, Avon.
And you also, I don't know if they work down here, but my auras would give you a bonus for that.
So your aura is good magic. So even though it's not a spell as such, hang on, we're gonna do this a different way here. Because this place does impede goodness. And you are the sweetest girl.
Ooh. I also have the aura improvement, extending it, so we could say that goes away. Or I could roll something.
Yeah. We'll say it's compressed. You know what? I'm gonna say it's within 5 feet of you. Somebody's got to be like right next to you.
Gotcha. Well, we did come together.
Here. No, that's true. Avon is within 5 feet. So it is a con save that he's needing to make. So what are you? Do you get 4 or something better than
plus
that?
Plus 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a 14.
You, Avon, feel just despair sweep through you, which is not a feeling that you are used to feeling. You feel like something is grabbing on to your soul and holding it there and pulling at it. And you have a shocking level of awareness of the fact that this must be what it feels like when you do this to people. and you are cursed. You cannot heal, and you are vulnerable to necrotic damage. And you hear a voice say, I knew you'd take the bait, you old fool. Come and face me for the last time.
I mean, you're not really you, are you, up there? You know, and you hurt Theragon. It's solely rude. But you're just a snowman.
You, of all people, can't say who is really who. Can you, Avren?
I feel like I'm kind of the expert on it right now. I'm really down though, and I feel like you've done something horrible and cursy to me, which, you know, I'm really down about Theragon, and I honestly didn't care about him at all, which is very confusing. What's the big plan? How does tell me? You know what? You have a great plan, and I'd love you to tell me.
Azazel, since for the sake of ease, I'm just going to continue with our previous, just through the previous initiative. So you very much, while you're at the base of the stairs, hear all of you hear all of this. Like Sarag is not being subtle. You hear his voice coming from the top of the stairs, but you cannot see him unless you move up.
Okay. I'm going to move up so that I can see him. I'm incredibly curious, so Azazel's kind of slithering through to look.
All right, hang on. I am going to drop in here what he looks like in this incarnation. I'm going to... Hopefully, this is going to work with technology. I'm going to show him to you guys, and then I will describe him for the people. And people keep tossing coins to you, Sir Granquin. That part of it is working. Sararak is a legendary lich. Some of you have laid eyes on him before, but in this incarnation, he does look quite different. He is clearly dead, but a pair of odd horns protrudes out of his skull, and the iconic crown that he always is wearing is sitting on his head with small stones floating in the air around him. He's got a glowing scepter and wears long flowing robes with skulls around his waist, and leather armor. He looks not so much like a man, but almost more like nearly like a mummified minotaur, standing there at the top of the stairs as you poke your head around and see him, Azazel.
All right, as I see him, I would like to cast Modify Memory.
To do what?
To reshape the memories of his last 24 hours. To be terrified that a group of heroes that looks exactly like us will be the ones to finally end him for good. And that the only way, and he knows through his own divination, that the only way to save himself is to reveal the full contents of his plan to this party.
What did he need to save against that?
One creature that I can see must make a wisdom saving throw.
And what's the number he needs to beat?
19.
So I got a 4. So as he looks at you, you come around the corner and say this, he's like, well, I see now what must be done. I was prepared for all of this. I've spent years draining the essence out of heroes and gathering my strength. You 6 are the last ones. The final course in my grand banquet of eternity. And Nasira, while he's monologuing, what do you do?
It's that hardware and software mute again. I always get it attack. Confused. Okay, so do I already? I think I might do something, but I'm not sure if he already has to be damaged or not before I can do it. So just want to check.
He has not been damaged yet.
Yes, tell us more about the plan. And how do you become a god again? Just that bit. That's the bit.
He does tell you in arcane detail about the exact mechanism by which these machines pull the souls out of living creatures and essentially add that essence to his. The problem he's been running into is the average soul has very little juice. It's like a AAA battery, and he's like a nuclear reactor. So like it doesn't take. That's why he needs stronger heroes, because you're more power from your souls. That is why he wants you six in particular. And he does tell you how the machines work. They are called. And feel free to interrupt me when you're ready there, Nasira.
Oh yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, let me just say tell you what these things are called. I'm going to say, well, he tells you. I will find it here, but he tells you what they are and how they work. I have to look it up myself. What are you going to try and do, Nasira?
So am I close enough to him?
You're at the bottom of the steps, but I mean, you hear him. You could get to him.
Okay. Yes. And then how many of my actions does that use up to move towards him?
Just your movement. You could still act.
Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna get close to him. I'm still invisible. And I am going to hit him as hard as I can with my. I want to cast a spell, but I also want to rage, and I'm not sure.
If it's the spell I'm thinking, raging would not let you do it. So you probably are gonna have to skip the
spell
rage.
you're thinking, he also has to be damaged for it to work. So I still have to.
I mean, you're about to do some damage to him.
Yeah.
It's the soul machine is what they're called, by the way. You know, very subtle soul machines.
I'm gonna swing at him with swing Hazaron at him. I word good today, y'all.
The best words. Yes. No, it's very tense. It's high tension. Okay, roll it. Let's see if you hit him.
All right.
You feels like he doesn't know you're there, by the way. He's monologuing at Averin and Azazel standing there like belligerent. You're like,
where's my +2? Do I get a +2 attack on melee like I do with spells?
oh, absolutely.
Where's that at?
Right next to the sword, right next to Hazaran. It's +17.
Yeah, 16 + 17. There you go. I can't math good right now either.
Hi, math.
Yes.
I will let you roll with advantage because he doesn't know you're there. All right, hold on a second here. Don't roll yet. Let me check something. All right. Go ahead. Yeah, you can roll with advantage because he doesn't know you're there. So roll it again.
Oh, nat 20. Yay. First one right at the end.
There you go, right at the end for the kids. Wait, give me the percentile real quick before we see what's about to happen here. All right, you got May on the board for the kids.
That was literally 1, I think, right? 001, so it was 1.
Flip it.
0. You know what?
Get
Reroll it.
100.
We're not giving a buck.
Yeah.
No, like reroll it.
It was like, here's your natural 20. Also, here's a 1.
Got to bring balance to the force. Yes.
There we go. 79.
79 for the kids. All right, so roll this. So Hazaran does a lot in and of himself. So that is going to be yes, you're not using the green flame blade. Okay, so that is going to be 2d. So it's going to be 4d6 plus 11.
46. That is 15 plus 11, 26.
26. And are you going to do anything else now that you have put this hit on him? Because now's a good time for it.
Yeah, I'm going to use the spell. Where is it? Banishing Smite, I believe.
You're gonna banishing smite him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's been we've tried to kill him this many times, and he keeps coming back. Apparently, there's nothing else here for him.
Okay. Well, which level are you gonna cast it at? Max level, 8th level?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it at 8th level, and it says that it's a bonus action. So, like, can I actually get even like one more swing on him?
No, you have to hit him, and then it goes off. Like the hit was the action, the banishing smite is the bonus.
Gotcha.
Okay, so at a higher level, oh, I think it's still just 5d10 though. I don't think you do any more damage.
Sweet.
You know what? But it's about to get doubled. So it's about to be 10d10. Let's see.
All right. I don't have 10d10. This is ridiculous.
I know. That's why is life so difficult? I know. So you have a chance at finishing the fight like literally right when it started.
So, are like souls and tubes and stuff right now?
No, he the ones he's extracted, he is very much used. So yes, to the rest of you, he's like, yes, gaze upon my wondrous works, where I have extracted the souls and returned myself to being. And goes into great detail about how he was a simulacrum, and even a Sararak didn't believe in him, but he was the real Sararak, and he managed to get these machines going. And all of the planes are going to understand the name of the real Sararak, who's not going to get killed repeatedly at all. In what? 42? For 10D out of 10d10, you did 42?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, it bees like that sometimes. You all see Nasira tiptoes in behind him and is like, and he's like, yes, and you will never know that She's like, and you all see a blinding flash of light, like, as she literally blasts him off of this plane of existence with her banishing smite.
Wow.
And you all hear out loud for the first time, Hazaron says, yes, well done, Nasira. Show them how a real swordsman fights.
Nasira, your sword can talk.
Oh,
he never shuts up.
That. And you do see that Nasira is just kind of doggy paddling through the air back over to you guys. Shooting Hazaron.
For the first time ever, I'm speechless.
You know what? I'm gonna write a song about all of this later because I sing songs about you all the time. Now I'm gonna write a song about us.
Yay!
And with that,
prominently featured in the second verse. I was there.
You'll be on the hook. Is all about you.
You're all great heroes. Valley did a great job. Yay, team. Oh, look, what's that over there? I cast banishment on all of them.
Oh no!
Wait, is anybody gonna counterspell his banishment?
I'm casting it at 9.
Ooh.
Believe it or not, I think that is a fantastic cliffhanger with all of your magical greed.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciate you're all like, cool. Banishment. We don't know how long till he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
So have to seize this place right now. And this full Reservoir Dogs moment. Where that, just for the record, that adventure was a slightly reskinned version of Prisoner of the Castle Perilous, which is really, before Tomb of Annihilation was supposed to be the last Sararak adventure. It's like, no, you really killed him, but one of his own contingencies came back to do more Sararakness there. we got to bounce out of here super quick because, again, TJ and that squad has got to get into position. But thank you all so much for playing. And super lightning quick, we'll tell everybody where they can find you. And I'll go in reverse order this time and start with you, Todd.
Hey, I'm Todd. I play Averin. I am the creative manager over at D&D Beyond, all the content and live streams and shows and stuff like that. And I am married to the most wonderful human being on the planet, Megan Kenrick. She is the love of my life.
Oh, hi, Sophia's. JCM.
I'm Jason Charles Miller. You can kind of type that in your Google search and find me. But on Mondays, I'm on my Twitch channel here doing a music show called Miller's Music Mondays. And then on Tuesdays, I'm on the CNE Games channel for Idle Champions. And I do a songwriting show where I and my co-host Dylan write a song about a different Dungeons and Dragons hero every week, and we write it with you. And it's actually really fun. And by the end of the episode, in 2 hours, we've got a new song. So thank you for letting us play, and I'm glad we raised so much money for the children.
Yeah,
yes,
where are we
in
at?
fact, production overlords, if you can give me the total, I know we're trying to get out of your hair, but if you can give me the total, before, I would love to say it. I'll add up what we got off of our 20s. Wait, 1,687? 2,687. Hey! Well, there you go. Yes, that's that really makes a meaningful difference for us. So thank you all so much for your generosity. Be sure to stick around. We're not done giving our outs, but more things are happening. Xander.
Yes, I'm Xander Genre. You can find me everywhere at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F. I stream on Twitch and do a lot of RPG shows, so I'll be around.
Hey, Nora.
Hello, I'm Nora Ibrahim. I'm Noralogical on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at a bunch of streams. If you follow me, you can get all those updates. But one of the ones I'm on is tonight with Into the Mist and Matthew Mercer for Curse of Strahd. You don't want to miss that. So that'll be that'll be my super plug, and then everything else you can find on my socials.
All right. Also, that was 449 just from us. And also, Jason or JCM was like, "Hey, can I have a Vorpal sword?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Why not?" And proceeds to roll 320s because, yeah, of course.
Thanks to D&D Beyond's rolling. So, maybe Todd, I don't know if you tweaked that for the game or not.
Yeah, I have that kind of power.
Yeah, fate did it for the children. Yes. Trish.
Hi, I'm Trisha Hirschberger. Playing Azazel tonight. This was so wonderful. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I stream here on Twitch. I'm the proud leader of the Dragon Rider community. Come on by. I stream 4 days a week, as well as host a bunch of shows on the internet about technology, primarily PC building technology and PC components, and video and tabletop games. You can find me at That Girl Trish with no I in the girl, everywhere that matters.
And last but certainly not least, May.
Hello, I'm Melee Damage. You might know me mostly from a little show called A Darkened Wish that B. Dave Walters also DMs. You can catch us on Thursdays and see me wearing a big giant red wig that weighs 900 pounds. Other than that, I run stories and games myself on Patreon. You can find me on all the socials and everything else that I do on everything pretty much / Melee Damage, MAYLEIGH Damage. And also we have VODs up for a little show that me and Nora are on together that I DM called Denver by Night. So if you get bored after all of this is done, you want to binge something, check that out. It's pretty awesome.
And then there is I, B-Dave Walters, 7 days a week. I'm somewhere doing something. Tomorrow at noon, we'll have Todd and the aforementioned Megan on one-on-one shots, which I guess will be a 2v1 shot this time tomorrow on Q Times. Then tomorrow night, I will be guest DMing a D4. I will be taking their team through a not at all terrible place that won't at all feature the consequences of something else Averin has done. Tuesday, Silver and Steel. Thursday, DMing a Darkened Wish. And 7 days a week, I'm somewhere at B. Dave Walters. So like I said, we got to get out of their hair here. Thank you all for watching. There's going to be a quick turnaround, and then TJ Storm will be on with. Let me give you the lineup one last time before we toss it over to him. Oh, and the giveaway. Did we get the giveaway? Whoever won the giveaway, have they been alerted that they got a giveaway, got gotaways? I don't even know what's the proper terminology there for what that means.
That works. I got Wade.
You got Wade. Yep. That would be next up is going to be TJ Storm with Luke Gygax, Tom DeSanto, Christina Ariel, Ben Loomis, Kyle Vogt, and Alicia Marie. Production overlords, before we get out of your hair, at least does the winner know that they won, whoever you are? Congratulations. I'm sure it was an amazing thing. Hey, you know that you won. And with that, we are out. Thank you so much.
Bye.